Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Is there anything anybody loves more than agreeing with Tausch?
Packers Hall of Famer, Mark Tauscher.
I got a hunch this isn't going to be concise either.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio.
I would say that you are pretty easygoing. You're actually probably more easygoing than I am.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Well, you're not easygoing at all.
Hey!
On 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
It is the Friday, the Bold-A-Thon Revisited edition. Where do you think that's going to go? I'm trying to remember. It's such a long time ago edition. The scheduled to appear America's Basketball Dad, Rob Demovsky edition. And it is Valentine's Day. Nothing but love on Wilde and Tausch edition. Look at that. We're even wearing red. That's nice. Of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5. They're both Wisconsin things, though. And then there's Jesse in black. Sure. I don't know what that says about you and Becca, but I'm not going to delve into that. On 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on WisconsinOnDemand.com and the Wisconsin On Demand app. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson, the man in black, is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios and from his undisclosed location. He's the Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, Jason, what is the protocol with you and Paula?
What do you mean?
Day? What are you doing? What are you going to do? What do you mean? What do I mean? What are you going to do? That's a pretty standard question.
Yeah. No, come on. We've had a bit of a week. Our protocol is I had her Valentine's gift on the kitchen table for when she woke up.
Is it a Hansel and Gretel poster?
No, it's way more thoughtful and something that she actually likes.
Dang. We're not even being subtle about it anymore.
He's a real jerk.
What? You set me up. What am I supposed to do there? Anyway, it's going to be one of those days, clearly. And then the girls had their little Valentine items from us that Paula did all the work on. And then they went off to school, and Sydney's got a team building.
So you and Paula do, you guys do cards? Like, what do you mean you get your stuff? What do you do? What do you give your girls?
I don't know. It was a little red basket full of some goodies for each of the girls, and then I had one for Paula. And then we took the girls to school, and now Sydney's got basketball practice and a team-building exercise with her volleyball team, and Maddie's got gymnastics practice, and I'm going to Fleet Farm because I've got 14% off today for Valentine's Day, so I'm going to go use that coupon. That'll be exciting. Other than that, not a whole heck of a lot. And then tomorrow, Sydney's got a basketball tournament, and we'll be shoveling a lot of snow, apparently.
So the question, why I asked, because normally, You're always telling us how great everything is, and that's great. You have everything kind of figured out. Vinny and it wasn't Eric today; it was Adam. Vinny made a really good point, and I don't know. It's not. I took it from point A to point B, but basically, Jesse, you've been married a couple years. Jason, you've been married longer than I have. At some point, it feels as if it's more about being an O-lineman within the Valentine's Day spectrum than it is being a quarterback and a wideout. And what I mean by that is you're not looking for the home runs anymore. You're looking, don't screw it up. And that is, don't forget about it. Don't not. Do something, but don't give up a strike. Don't have a forced turnover. Just do your job. And so I think I'm going to execute at a pretty good level, even though it's nothing splashy and flashy. It is an O-line kind of day as a Valentine's Day. That's how I'm viewing Valentine's Day, at least in our house. Tell me why that's a bad idea.
Well, first of all, I know you got her something from Chalmers Jewelers because I hear that commercial all the time. So I know you got her covered that way.
Well, that's a
but
given. That's always a given.
In terms of what you might do above and beyond that, the mixed metaphor notwithstanding of being an O-lineman not trying to hit a home run, which the only O-lineman I know that was trying to hit home runs was Mark Tauscher while wearing C.C. Sabathia's pants at what was then known at Miller Park. But don't screw it up and don't forget it completely. I think you're right when you reach a certain phase in your romance.
Is that right, though? That's how it's going. I just don't know. Is that the right thing? Because it sounds like that's kind of what you're doing. So you go to basketball practice.
Yeah.
You're not throwing flowers down on the floor. You're not sweeping Paula off her feet and taking her to some fancy restaurant. You're just doing the meat and potatoes. You're the meat and potatoes O-line too. And I didn't think that would be the case, but I'm kind of glad to hear that.
Well, I just think that it's a different time in people's lives. When you have kids, and I understand that I am at the far, far, far end of the spectrum on them being the focus, but generally speaking...
Unless they're going on vacation. Yes, I agree.
But generally speaking, I would say
Why would I want to hang out with my kids on a beach for a week? Why would I do that? I don't know. That's still amazing, but I digress. Continue, Jason.
They had an amazing trip, and they loved every minute of it, which I would not have. So thank you again for bringing that up.
Did you love every minute of not being there?
I would never want to spend any time with my kids when they're having a great time. But I digress. Continue. I digressed. It was a digression.
He admitted he digressed.
I digressed, yeah.
I don't think that's how digressing works, but be that as it may.
I'm not sure. Listen, your digression ain't my digression.
I'm not sure you know what digressing even means. Yeah.
It's a write-off. Just write it off.
So I just think that there are so many other things that are going on, as opposed to when, say, you're early in your marriage and all you have is Mo the dog. You have more opportunities to do romantic type, go out for dinner at Buck and Honey's or go to a movie, whatever Jesse and Becca have planned.
Jesse, what does that mean? Because you got two old war horses here. What does a Jesse Nelson do?
O-lineman.
With very little responsibilities.
This is not
what
looking
good.
I could tell the hesitation already after he forgot to wear red.
Beautiful young wife.
Oh,
so
boy.
as is well
meat raffle. Tell me it's a meat raffle.
I would love to go up to a meat raffle this weekend. No, so as is well documented, we did just return from a week-long cruise last week.
What have you done for me lately?
Didn't sound all that romantic unless you left those parts out.
This sounded like you didn't have any internet. You guys were running around trying to find a Wi-Fi connection.
It didn't work. So We do not have any major plans for Valentine's Day. I will say, so Becca and I have never been big go out for Valentine's Day people. I even asked her yesterday, what would you like to do this weekend? I mentioned going out to dinner at a couple of different great establishments that are partners of ESPN Wisconsin. And what she said was, it's just going to be so crowded. It's Valentine's weekend. Like, she much prefers stay home. Let's make a nice dinner at home. We're actually having a couple of friends over tonight, having a little...
Take a beat.
We're making dinner. They're bringing some dessert. It's going to be a nice little
Musty Mac.
The Musty
You doing
Mac
Musty Mac?
could be in play tonight. Could be in play for Musty Mac on Valentine's Day tonight. Mac and cheese with mustard seed in it, affectionately known here as Musty Mac. So we have never been. One time, Becca and I went out, and it was actually coincidentally before we went on another vacation. We went out on Valentine's Day, and she was not a fan of how crowded the restaurant was, how long of a wait it was, even with a reservation, how packed in you were. They added like extra seating to try and accommodate as many people as they could. So I think the key to Valentine's Day, and I'm not an old war horse like you guys are, but I think the key to Valentine's Day is helping each other feel special in the way that you know you feel special.
Oh, God.
So it doesn't mean it's not about
we
how
weren't
much
asking
money you spend.
We weren't
It's
asking
not about
for
what
a,
you do and where you go. It's about what's special for each of you spending some time together. A nice little time to jog your memory on what makes your relationship
So at the Nelson
unique.
household, it'll be Jesse on his iPhone in the basement watching Michigan State play, and he's checking his prize
UCLA,
picks.
Indiana
And old
tonight
girls
on Flex
watching
Friday,
the Diplomat up on the big screen. Because that's what you both want. Is that a fair assessment? Of what
Diplomat.
As you're trying to
show.
lecture everybody. Okay, smart.
It's about making each
Diplomat's a
other
great
feel
show.
special.
That's what Valentine's Day is
Oh,
all
that
about.
was cute.
And I'm not an old war horse like you. Tausch, you're the old war horse. What's special for you? You haven't said yet. You delegated.
So
like
here's
the
kind
Badgers
of my
question.
thought, and this was out, Jason. This was the other thing.
Delegated and
that
digressed.
I've kind of come to the conclusion of not everything can be a major. I'm going to take this to golf terms.
Oh, God.
You have to kind of find out.
Is Valentine's Day the Waste Management Open?
No, not for me.
St. Patrick's
In
Day.
this regard, Mother's Day is your Masters. Okay? Mother's Day.
This is
Is
so
the
good
Masters.
already. Uh-huh.
Tonight is the Kemper Open. It's
Why
not
are you
Waste
always
Management is
dissing
a
the Kemper Open?
I'm not. What are you talking about? I'm not dissing
Every
it.
time
It's
you
just-
want
it's
a
the-
minor golf tournament, you go Kemper
is.
Open.
It's a minor golf tournament, the Kemper Open. And not to say that it's not important. You want to go out, but you want to go out, you want to make some pars. You're just looking, you want to just go have a day. Masters, you got to put the jacket on. You got to do all this. And so I have now kind of come to that conclusion of you have to understand where, for me, I'm fine either way. I do believe in Sarah's mind, I think Mother's Day is more important, but that doesn't mean you just mail it in. And that's kind of where I'm at. I want to be above mail-in tonight. That's what I'm looking for.
This is, it pains me to say this, as you well know. This is a fabulous comparison. Like, elite level. It's definitely not the Kemper Open of metaphors. Definitely not. This analogy is top tier. So I guess the next question is, what are the majors for marriage gift giving?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because obviously Christmas,
Birthday,
Mother's Day,
Mother's Day.
anniversary.
Those are your four
and
majors.
anniversary.
Those
Okay.
are your four majors. And different majors have different appeal to different people. Some folks love the British Open. It's a little grittier.
The Open Championship.
There's more bunkers. There's more stuff. The U.S. Open's the hard one. That's the one you got to really grind
Birthday.
through.
Oh,
and then the
tough.
Masters is kind of the celebration. That's the one that I think, for me, I put at the top. That doesn't mean everybody is going to do that, though.
All right. I'm trying to find if Kemper Open has its own Twitter handle, because that's my goal now for the remainder of the show.
When did they
As
last play the
I don't
Kemper
think that-
Open?
I'm pretty sure that golf outing has been changed probably 30 times since then, but I just remember the Kemper Open back in the day.
The Kemper Open was a golf tournament from 1968 through 2006.
Great run for the Kempers.
Although, again, not quite as old school as a reference as J.R. Ewing, but still a tournament that has been dead for nearly 2 decades. Yeah, so Jerry Odd asks the question because you've been to the Waste Management Open it's in Phoenix, right?
It is Scottsdale, Phoenix area.
And it's a wacky, crazy,
it's the best.
It's like Mardi Gras on a golf course, basically, right? Like it's
a dude hit a hole in one this year. The place went nuts. Did you see that?
I did see that.
So what's the Waste Management Open?
Bachelor party.
Jeez.
Well, that's what it would be. Definitely. I don't know, maybe.
Doesn't really fit the criteria we're talking about.
If you're already married, it's the going out and getting yourself divorced with your behavior open. All right. We got a lot lined up for today. Jesse has decided that today is the day to revisit the Bold-A-Thon predictions. This will come as a surprise to no one. I don't even remember. I probably wasn't that bold.
In the 3-year history of the Wilde and Tausch Bold-A-Thon, this is the first time we are ever actually going to review, check the tape, one may say, on the Bold-A-Thon predictions at the conclusion of the season. So I'm very excited to do this today.
Well, make bold plans for your Valentine's Day and head over to the Nary Home/Hope show at State Fair Park. Swing by booth 145 and talk a little Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. That puts everyone in the mood.
It's very romantic. There's nothing sexier than having great windows in your house, and there's never been a better time to experience Pella in person. Get all of your questions answered. Visit Pella at the Nary Spring Home Improvement Show, Feb 14, which is today through the weekend. Get windows as low as $22 per month and doors as low as $89 per month. You can rest easy with Pella's 10-year installation warranty. Book your in-home consultation at the show and receive a complimentary Design Works consultation and Pella Care inspection. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more. Certain restrictions do apply.
We will get to some of the bold predictions of our Bold-A-Thon and see how we stacked up. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Mark Tauscher here, introducing Pizza Hut's new Ultimate Hut Bundle. Get any 2 medium pizzas, 8 boneless wings, and your pick of breadsticks, cheese sticks, or cinnamon sticks with the perfect dip for only $24.99. You want even more? Upgrade to large pizzas or double your wings for just $5 each. Get the ultimate feast for the ultimate value because this deal is too delicious to miss. Hurry in or order online today at pizzahut.com. The Ultimate Hut Bundle. Only at Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
As you're putting your spring calendar together, we'd love to have you join us Saturday, May 17th for Mark Osiki's 7th Annual Casting for Kids Fishing Tournament to support the American Family Children's Hospital UW Carbone Cancer Center. We're on the Madison Chain of Lakes at 8 a.m., then back at the Alliant Energy Center at 2 p.m. for happy hour, dinner, and live and silent auctions, plus a chance to win an Alumacraft fishing boat. To sign up and get more info, go to castingforkids.org. Casting, the number 4kids.org.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because they never charge over the MSRP.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At MadisonWeightLoss.com, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally, and safely with no drugs or injections, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, or exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can lose weight quickly and keep the weight off for good with an easy-to-follow maintenance plan that includes ongoing personal support. And our program costs half as much and works up to twice as fast than most other programs. Go to MadisonWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation now.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. This feels like the perfect time of year to share how much I loved my experience working with Madison Weight Loss. I was able to drop 40 pounds in 60 days. You might just love the natural, healthy approach to weight loss, too. Schedule a free consultation at MadisonWeightLoss.com.
Many clients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. Schedule your free consultation now at MadisonWeightLoss.com. That's MadisonWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Switch on the sky and the stars glow for you. Go see the world cause it's all so brand new. Don't close your eyes cause your future's ready to shine. It's just a matter of time before we learn how to fly. Welcome to the rhythm of the night. There's something in the air you can't deny.
Time to be bold, or see if we were. I do enjoy that we do this. I love how it, and Jesse, again, much like you get a lot of credit and a lot of grief around here.
Jesse's had a good week.
Yeah, certainly better than you've had. You've
trivia,
a lot of
pulled off.
A lot of introspection for
Surprise guest. He lectured us on Valentine's Day, what we should and shouldn't do.
That wasn't
as he's going to be sitting there with popcorn dribbling down his chest in the basement, buried by his water heater, watching Michigan State play Maryland on Peacock at his phone.
I've got to time this right because I've got Purdue, Wisconsin at noon tomorrow, and then Bradley's got a national TV game on ESPN2 against Drake on Sunday. So I got to figure out which ones I want to prioritize this weekend.
Ooh, you could watch that Bradley game with Rob Demovsky because I'm sure he's a big fan of Brian Wardle, so you guys could hang out together. root for the Braves.
You would be surprised by the amount of Missouri Valley basketball Rob and I were texting about last night.
He knows ball.
Yeah,
he knows a lot of ball.
I wouldn't be surprised by that.
The one question that I have, and we'll get to his bold prediction, which, if memory serves, was not the boldest of bold. But the one question I have is, was he right? Because he has acknowledged that because of one old T, every time he's required to make some sort of bold statement for SportsCenter or for ESPN.com, he thinks of Old Boy. Now, as we noticed, Seth Walder started doing his bold predictions for him, so he took a page out of the Jesse Nelson playbook and gave someone else the responsibilities, delegated, if you will. We did not do that, though. So we start our Bold-A-Thon year in review with my, Tausch's, and Jesse's bold predictions for the 2024 Packers season. I am eager to hear, because I don't remember what mine was, how accurate I was or wasn't. So without further ado, here are our predictions.
So who do you? We'll start with Jason since he doesn't remember. We'll play these one at a time and react as we go.
Okay,
so here is
sounds great.
Jason first.
343 completions on 502 attempts, a 68.3% completion percentage. 4,643 yards, 45 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, a passer rating of 122.5. Those were Aaron Rodgers' numbers when he won his first NFL MVP. And Jordan Love will put up, I want to say the exact same numbers, but he would have to attempt 502 passes, and he will put up virtually the same exact numbers on his way to his first NFL MVP award. Yeah, I clearly tried to be bold and said something I didn't even believe. So that was not good. That was poor. By the way, Jordan Love's numbers, a 63.1% completion percentage, 3,389 yards, 25 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, a passer rating of 96.7, which is 27 or 28 points lower than what Aaron Rodgers put up in 2011. So not close at all.
What do you give yourself? What grade?
An F. At the same time, I also give myself an L for both losing and lying, because I don't think I actually believed that at the time. I just wanted to try and be bold like all the other bold folks. So big fat F for me.
But you're number one on the board if we're ranking all of these so far.
That's true. There's nobody worse and nobody better because there's only been one. All right, Jesse, who's next?
Let's do Tausch's next, since that makes sense. Here's old T.
Since that makes sense. Sure.
I think old boy Josh Jacobs going to have a monster year, to the point he is going to break a record I never thought would be broken. My old team, my old teammates, I think Josh Jacobs breaks Amon Green's rushing record for in-season rush yards as a Green Bay Packer this season.
In 2003, Amon Green carried 355 times for 1,883 yards. That was a 5.3-yard average. He had a 98-yard touchdown run that year. He ran for 15 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs this season, 301 carries, 1,329 yards, a 4.4-yard average. His longest run was a 38-yard touchdown, but he did have 15 touchdown runs, just like Amon Green did during that season. Not terrible. What do you give yourself?
What do you mean not terrible? No, I'm giving myself an A.
You said he would break the record. He came up 540 yards short.
Who was the MVP of the offense?
That's not what you predicted.
Just play the game. Who was the MVP of the offense? Who was?
You know the answer to that. Tucker Kraft.
Answer it. I want you to answer it.
Great places, South Dakota.
Josh Jacobs.
Okay, Jesse, do you agree?
I agree.
Okay. They didn't give him the ball as much. He needed another. He needed
another 54 carries, and he would have gotten another 500 yards. So he was within striking distance of the record.
So I thought it was going to be a big task, but he had a 17th game. Even though I don't know if he played the full.
He did not.
Bears game. I don't recall.
6 carries.
So did it fall short? Yes, but I think when you're doing bold-a-thons, you want to over-hyperbolize what you believe is going to happen. I believed that Josh Jacobs was going to have that kind of impact. He did.
Yeah,
now, is
no
it the
doubt.
same as what Amon Green did? No, but this isn't a oh, it's got to be exact. This isn't exact. This isn't the exact deal. This is, did your premonition hit on what the Bold-A-Thon was? Yes. Soundly, it did. And that's why I'm giving myself an A for this premonition, because Josh Jacobs was everything and everything that we hoped he'd be when he got here. Was he as great as the all-time great one-season rushing totals that Ahman Green put up? No. Did they give him the pill as much? No. But that still means he was the MVP of this offense, and my thoughts on what the boldness was proven correct. Period. Thin. Next.
I don't think you should grade yourself.
I think with a prediction, don't you have to be like right to be a full A? Like I'd give you a B.
Correct.
Like,
I agree. This was a good prediction.
You were on the
it's
right
not
track.
An A.
No, I
if you
give it
give
an A.
him the other 54 carries, he has to average 10 yards a carry on them to get to 1,800 yards.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I give you a B. It's a great prediction, and you were.
And that's great. I'm not telling you how to grade it. I'm telling you how
I'm telling you how to grade it. You can't give yourself an A.
I just did.
Well, you can't.
I don't know what. Well, I did.
All
and
right,
I
Jesse.
feel really good about it, which is probably not surprising. I feel really good. My bold prediction was fantastic. Period. Finn.
I will just. I'll leave it at this. You needed a win this week. You had some ups and downs this week, so this was a good win for you. Best grade. I doubt there will be anyone who has a better bold prediction in retrospect than what you had, based on what we've seen so far.
I'm sure you'll find somebody that did.
No, I call him like I see him, bud. Sorry. You can't give yourself an A if you predict he's going to break the franchise rushing record. And
again, I'm not mad that you gave me a B. I know.
I think a
where
B is
I'm
a
at,
pretty
and
good
I feel
grade.
great about. I didn't give myself an A plus. I'm not going 4.2.
Way to hold yourself to a high standard.
Soft grader, old T.
Yep.
Rocks for jocks. All right, Jesse, let's hear yours before we continue.
I believe the Green Bay Packers will not finish with double-digit wins in 2024.
Oh.
Do you not have audio of that? Why did you repeat that yourself?
What?
Was that audio or was that you just saying it?
Yeah, that was. I guess I hear it.
I believe the Green Bay Packers will not finish with double-digit wins in 2024.
Do you need me to make it sound like it's a voicemail so that we know that we're in the past as opposed to right now?
For those of you who aren't watching on video,
did you not? I mean, you just said it. You didn't play the tape. Am I correct?
No, he did. He just did.
Twice I just did it.
Oh, that's really good
His
audio.
lips weren't moving.
That's really good
Well,
audio.
I was right here when I said it. Yeah, it's going to sound. So was Jason. So were you.
That was good audio. Boy, were you
All right,
wrong.
so Jesse,
Yeah,
you
I
were
was
wrong.
wrong.
F.
Oh, come on.
F.
They finished 11-6. That's double digits.
Yeah, they did.
But if we're going to go with the spirit of a prediction, it's a P? I would say that what you were trying to get at, put the pen on the other side, genius. No, you're still bad at this. You're so now move the pen to the base of your hand.
How about this?
No, I don't want to see the next finger gesture. No. But Jesse, I think what you were thinking was they're not going to be as star-spangled awesome as the fan base at large was predicting them to be. And I have to also look back at my prediction of saying they were going to go 12-5 and be a better team but not go further in the playoffs than they did the year before, which was a non-Bold-A-Thon, more realistic prediction.
Very good prediction.
Well, I don't there's part of me, they were certainly better defensively, but they certainly weren't as good offensively as they were during the second half of the 23 season. I just think it's fascinating how we go into this offseason with a complete 180 turn on how we are viewing them, with optimism versus, I don't want to say pessimism, but something short of pessimism. A skepticism a little bit maybe, because everyone was all in after the way they finished the year and beat the Cowboys and almost beat the 49ers. And I just feel we're questioning them a lot more as the scouting combine approaches in a little over a week and as free agency approaches in a little less than a month. It's just interesting to me, Tausch, how the vibe is different, and they did win more games than they did the previous year.
It's funny how you can look at last year compared to this year, and our defense markedly better than what it was last season. And it just tells you how important the quarterback and your offense makes the psyche of your football team feel. And fan base-wise, we're so used to a certain standard that when it's not met, we are disappointed. And for the first time in a while, the expectation game was back. We had a stretch, a year, where the expectation game was at its all-time low because the unknown and all of the uncertainty and all of the youth. And then it was, awesome. But then this last year, it wasn't as bad as it made it feel, but it always comes down to how you finish a season, because those are the lasting images, and we are a Palm society, even Packer fans. And at the end of the year, inconsistencies and lack of execution were the buzzwords that your own head football coach continued to say, and they never rectified that. So that's why you have the sour taste in your mouth, and you have to rinse, and then you have to go about and get a different mouthwash and reset once it gets to be April and May. And the only way to do that, whether you bring in different players or it's just a complete reset, the offense was too inefficient and too choppy all season, and it really got uglier and worse in the passing game as the season finished, and that's why I think the mentality is the way it is.
Let's continue our quick trip down memory lane. The next stop will be with Chewy and Evan Cohen's predictions. Tausch very rarely when he's on the road stops, but if you're going to get old boy to stop, Bartsky, make sure it's off an exit with a quick trip.
How about this, though, for Valentine's Day? You know what my wife went and got? A little baby.
The tiniest cup of coffee ever?
That's what I asked for. So we cut back a little bit. But life's busy, and Quick Trip gets it, whether you're craving fresh coffee.
Didn't want to splurge for the
like
16
me.
ounce, huh?
A tasty bakery treat, or a quick grab-and-go meal, Quick Trip is your go-to. And right now, check out Quick Trip's corn dogs. A nice, juicy, supple hot dog, coated in crispy, golden, delicious cornmeal batter. You can always grab ready-to-go pizzas, thin, crispy crust, savory sauce, piled high with a blend of cheeses. But as always, wait, there's more. Refreshing Quickery Parfait, $1.99 each. You can make dinner ideas a breeze with Dos Rios taco meat filling packs. You get a pothole pizza. I love pothole pizzas. $7.99 plus mozzie sticks, cheese curds, mini tacos, or cheese stuffed spuds. $2.99. And soup. Oh, you gotta have yourself a big old bowl of soup when it's cold out and snowy. You can warm up with a soup bag on special for $6.99. Talk to you all about chicken. You know about the chicken. $6.99, $9.99 on Wednesdays. Take advantage of everything that Quick Trip has to offer. Order ahead for pickup or curbside delivery. And you know what I found, I think? On Valentine's Day, and I just saw in my rewards app, I got an email. 15 visits. You go today, buy anything. 15 visits. You get bing, bang, boom on the rewards app today. That's your little sweetheart day from Quick Trip. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, any purchase. Earn 15 bonus visits. FYI, just in case you've got major romantic plans for today and you don't make it to Quick Trip today, that offer expires March 4th. So if you make your purchase tomorrow, you'll be okay too. So just so you know.
You get that coffee from the free sample platter?
Honey,
well, I
can
didn't
you pick
think
me
you were
up
going
a
to get
shot
after
glass
Sarah
of
on
Karuba?
Valentine's Day, but holy cats, you did. Interesting.
So it was funny, and that's all it was.
No,
By the
I
way,
know.
You're cutting.
I'm
back
all right
on-
with it. I just know you
you're
guys are
cutting back
afraid of
on your
Sarah.
mud? No, you
Interesting.
told her to get that small cup. That's what you just told us.
You wanted the baby
told her to
cup
get
for
me-
a cup of coffee today.
She
yeah.
just surprised me on Valentine's Day. It was a nice surprise. She doesn't
Kemper
think
Open.
it's the Kemper Open. She's looking at this like,
Really? She brought you.
yeah,
she brought
she's
you a
looking at
small
this.
cup
I don't
of
know
coffee.
what event.
She's 5 under through 9 at St. Andrews. Yeah.
She's having a heck of a day.
More Bold-A-Thon in review next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Watch every ESPN Madison show live every day. Subscribe to ESPN Madison on YouTube for live video of every show and exclusive content. Just search ESPN Madison.
As a bull rider, I prefer to do things single-handedly. That's why I love the UW Credit Union app. Woo, doggy! It lets me check accounts, make transfers and more on the go. And if I need an extra hand, UW Credit Union has convenient local branches. Yippee! So, if you want simple mobile banking, mosey on over to UW Credit Union. They're here for every y'all. Federally insured by NCUA.
You can accomplish quite a lot in 6 years. You go from changing diapers to dropping your child off at school. You can get a bachelor's and a master's degree. And you can take up to 6 years to pay off your brand new Pella windows and doors at 0% interest. You get so much more than stunning windows and doors. It's the Pella experience. Talk about quality control. Pella manufactures, sells, installs, and services every product. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 3/8/25.
Dane County's largest selection of the all-new 2025 Equinox has arrived at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Lease the 25 Chevy Equinox LT for just $299 per month. New colors, more storage, and all-new tech. 36-month, 30,000-mile lease. Must qualify for lease loyalty or conquest rebate. $19.95 due at signing plus taxes and fees. To approved credit through GM Financial. No security deposit. Visit Zimbrick Chevrolet Sun Prairie and ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Offer ends March 3rd.
Greg Scalzo here for Buck and Honey's. Looking to impress your sweetheart this Valentine's Day? Take them to date night at Buck and Honey's. As a multiple-time award-winning restaurant, Buck and Honey's is the perfect spot for a romantic getaway or a memorable celebration. You'll enjoy delicious food, handcrafted cocktails, and exceptional service, making this Valentine's Day one to remember at Buck and Honey's. Make your reservation today at one of 4 convenient locations in Sun Prairie, Monona, Wanakee, or Mount Horeb. We'll see you at Buck and Honey's.
Mark your calendars. Professional volleyball is coming to Madison with first serve on January 17th. Led by Madison's newest pro team, Love Madison Volleyball. Get ready for non-stop action as some of the world's best players take the court. Featuring Olympic medalists Lauren Carlini and Annie Drew Schumacher, Love Madison is ready to compete for the season's first championship title. Get your tickets now for this historic first season. Visit lovb.com today. Volleyball is the next major league.
Professional volleyball is coming to Madison. Hi, I'm Lauren Carlini, Olympic medalist, proud Badger alumni, and now founding athlete of Madison's newest professional volleyball team, Love Madison. I'm excited to invite you to our inaugural season where we will be playing at the Wisconsin Fieldhouse and Alliant Energy Center starting January 25th. Visit lovb.com to get your tickets for Love Madison's historic first season in 2025. Volleyball is the next major league.
Waiting to see a general surgeon? With Stoughton Health, it's always easy access, with most appointments within a week. And with over 160 insurances accepted, you're covered and in good hands. For more information, visit stoughtonhealth.com. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Steinhaffel's President's Day sale is happening now. Find great deals on amazing bonus buys throughout the entire store. Then take an extra $100 off every $14.99. Plus, get a $100 MasterCard for every $14.99. See store for details. Or make your new room more affordable with Steinhaffel's 36-month 0% financing. Get in today because these deals won't last long. Shop in-store or online at steinhaffels.com.
We're with Liam after his 4th military move, when being new is starting to get old. We're with all service members and their families. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
The Great Dane Huddle with Barry Alvarez.
I'd love to be in a game like that. I'd love to coach a game like that. They may not see a pass in the second half.
Subscribe to the Great Dane Huddle podcast on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
I remember the nights when we were young, dumb, and wild and free. When I closed my eyes, I could see you in my sweatshirt, dancing around that college bar. These days I don't know where you are, but I get to keep these memories forever. Oh, I remember. Oh, I remember.
The Bold-A-Thon and review rolls on. Let's get to what Chewy and Evan predicted and see how they fared. First, Jesse, let's see what Mark Chmura of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every weekday, 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, had to say.
My bold prediction is that Aaron will win the NFL MVP.
Who?
And what's your Packers prediction?
Just wait. Who did he? Oh.
It's still recorded.
That was, yeah.
Oh, this isn't live? This isn't Chewy?
Oh, my God. His prediction was...
Do you not understand the concept of what we're doing today?
I don't know, because Jesse just hybrided his. He didn't play the audio.
He didn't.
He played our audio, and now Chewy is talking about Aaron, which I think is Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Correct?
His prediction for our Packers Wilde and Tausch Bold-A-Thon was that Aaron Rodgers would win the NFL MVP.
Whew. He was even more wrong than me.
All right, that's the worst on the block so far, right? That's like
I'm out of
F
the basement.
minus.
Yeah, I'm out of the basement.
He is. He's down deep there. That ain't gonna get beat. I don't think. That's bad.
Okay.
F.
Did he subsequently, since Tausch, not only does Tausch interrupt when people are talking now, he interrupts pre-recorded audio.
Yeah,
that's a new one.
It's a weakness. It is a weakness. Well, I was just curious. Like, you guys got Chewy to call it. That's good. And then it's taped. So
I
don't know what Jesse's
concept. Yeah. So he did not actually make a Packers prediction, Jesse.
No, that is what we got from Chewy when he appeared on the Wilde and Tausch Bold-A-Thon back in September. September 6th was when we did this.
Okay. Well, that was his. Thank you, Chewy, for getting me out of the basement, so at least I won't finish last. Of course, there was the A+. Well, not plus, because he held back.
No.
His A answer. He was only off by 560 yards. Jesse, what did Evan Cohen boldly predict?
This one's interesting because it depends if you're grading it now or when the prediction was made in September. Here's what I mean.
My bold prediction is by the trade deadline, the Green Bay Packers will be linked to and maybe even reacquire Davante Adams.
Wow.
So he was wrong in the regular season, but now what?
Here's how we got to do this.
It's visionary.
We have to do this. League year starts March 10th. He has until March 10th. If it doesn't happen, I'm going to give him a... Is this right?
A C?
Yep.
God almighty.
If it does...
Your hand signals are terrible.
Maybe you should just write your letters on 5 sheets of paper and hold them up like an Olympic
or your
judge.
boogie board.
If it does, he gets an A. This is it is an interesting dilemma because they were never getting Devontae during the season because he got traded and he went to a different team. So let's not forget that. So that would be borderline F. But the fact that there's been rumblings and the fact that they've already fired Aaron Rodgers and you know that Devontae's not going back, if it happens in this league year, it's rare in the Bold-A-Thon to go from an F to a C to an A, and he would leapfrog me if that happens. Now, if it happens on March 11, he sticks with a C. That's the tough part about Bold-A-Thon and the predictions.
I'm going to put him ahead of me because I was wrong.
Yes.
But I think he's got to be behind you for the time being.
Oh, for sure he's behind me.
Of course he is.
No
Sure,
doubt.
yeah. He's got a C. The fact that the Packers wide receiver situation, which at the time certain members of this panel and others around the Packers universe were talking about how much better they were to have an ensemble cast instead of having J.R. Ewing. The fact that, Evan, if we're going to go based on intent and the spirit of your prediction, the fact that there's a chance they could reacquire him because they don't have a number one receiver and that group disappointed in terms of its ability to make a leap from year 2 to year 3 for Watson and Dobbs and from year 1 to year 2 for Reed and Wicks. I think if I'm going to give Tausch a B+ for the spirit of his prediction, because he doesn't deserve an A, I'm going to give Evan a B. So I do believe he is second, but it is a really good, in retrospect, a really good call. Because it encapsulates the fact that this wide receiver group, full of young talent, didn't elevate. That he thought they'd be interested in Devontae at the trade deadline. A few months off, unless Goody's not interested at all. All right, we will roll on KBN.
Well, you think is Goody open to being open, like your report so eloquently stated earlier this week?
You know, one of these days you're going to read my stuff and you're going to accurately depict
I did.
it.
It's open to be open. That's how I interpret it.
You read the tweet sharing the article. You didn't read the actual
not even
article.
mine. Like Cheesehead TVs.
I read Nagler's. Open to being open.
Okay, just stop. Here's the deal. I am hoping that Goody makes himself available before he goes to Indianapolis. That was the scenario in 2022 when he said what he did about Devontae being a Hall of Fame player, and they did the analytics, and he's going to be productive into his 30s. I'm hoping he'll do that again before he departs for Indy, because I would like to ask him point blank. Devontae has indicated that he's open to a reunion with the Green Bay Packers. Are you open to be open?
As reported on by me. Are you going to say as reported on by me?
I'm not going to say that.
But that gives you more credibility.
I think it actually makes me sound like a jackwagon. But be that as it may, the point is, I want to know if Goody's interested. And he's going to say something to the effect of, well, you know, Jason, we look at everything. We want to be involved in every conversation. And if we feel like that's a good fit for us.
You can't talk about players under contract with other teams.
Right. If he's released by then. But if they've posted we've decided to go in a different direction at wide receiver on the Jets Twitter account, we will be able to do that. But you're right. As long as he's a member of the Jets, he won't comment. 100% true. How soon do you think they release him?
But do you think that he's open to being open?
I think if the number is $16 million, which is what Adam Schefter told Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, he understands it to be for Devontae, given where he's at. I'm sure he talked to agents who kind of ballparked what the number would be.
Sure.
Yep. I would hope that he'd be interested. Again, let's not forget the uncertainty at the position. You're talking about Christian Watson being out till at least November, and I don't know what to make of Romeo Dobbs, from his staying home from work to his being in the last year of his contract, to the 2 concussions he had in the back half of the season. I don't know how much you can count on and expect him to be the guy that you're hoping him to be. So I think Davante Adams makes sense on so many levels. The question is whether Goody does, and I don't know the answer to that.
If Goody's open to being open. The question of the day for me is Goody being open to having him. That's what I'm interested in.
The question of the day for me is, what does AmFam
I would
have going?
think yes. I would think yes. And I would think yes when it comes to AmFam. It's always yes. Packer fans dreaming of the ultimate draft day experience. I heard something. Is the draft coming up to Green Bay? Did I hear that right?
It is, Tausch. Yeah.
Yeah, remember,
I heard
you're
Green
coming
Bay
up
was
here
open
to look at my
Green Bay was
snowblower.
open. Green Bay was open to being open to having the
Oh,
draft, and then the NFL said they're open to having it in
Cruise
Green
ships.
Bay. And American Family Insurance is excited about it. The American Family Insurance Dream Draft Sweepstakes is your chance to win a VIP trip to the NFL Draft in Green Bay. Imagine this. Hey, guys, close your eyes and just imagine this. You and a guest could score exclusive tickets. People say there's no hotels up in Green Bay, but we have a great hotel accommodation. Oh, merchandise, custom merchandise, and more. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that you don't want to miss. Keep your eyes closed, Jason. Head to amfam.com/Packers to enter today. No purchases necessary. Dream fearlessly. Insure carefully.
Wait, why am I keeping my eyes closed?
Because I want you to picture it.
You're
Imagine
imagining
this.
the experience.
I know you're jaded because you're Johnny Packer and you've been up there 28 years. A lot of people,
Johnny Packer.
it is a dream come true to go up there and to have a hotel that you can stay at and just walk to and to be able to do this big, bold experience up in Green Bay for the draft of NFL players.
Once in a lifetime.
Yes. Jaded Wildy.
Incredibly inconvenient to try
Put
and
that
get to
up there,
Lambeau Field to
Jaded
cover
Wildy.
the draft. We will get to KBN's bold predictions. You think Ben Brust got one right? You think his prediction's going to turn out to be right? Hard to imagine, but could be true. We'll find out next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
ESPN Wisconsin has the players, and now we have the coach.
They better get season tickets right now because before long, they probably won't be able to.
The Great Dane Huddle with Barry Alvarez. Mondays on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Mark Tauscher here, and it's a special Valentine's Day edition of Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints. Well, it could be this summer while baseball's in action, could be in a few weeks during the best time for college basketball, or it could simply be when someone you love asks you to do it. When the time comes for you to get started on your next paint project, the best place to start is at Home and Lindsay Paints. Just like me, trust Wisconsin's best painters, the pro painters at Home and Lindsay, to get the job done right. To get connected with the pro that best suits what your project calls for, just stop into any Madison area Home and Lindsay location and ask. The team at Home and Lindsay can take it from there. And remember, Home and Lindsay is the one paint proven to withstand the challenges of Wisconsin's weather year-round. Home and Lindsay, great paint, great people. And stay tuned. You're going to love today's Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. Wisconsin men's basketball stand at 16th in the AP rankings. John Blackwell and Nolan Winter, two key parts to their success. Assistant coach Sharif Chambliss joining ESPN Madison's digital show, The Jump Around. Chambliss on the ascension of the young duo.
For those guys to be able to come back here and really devote their whole time and devote their energy to this program, we're super thankful for them. We got to make sure we do our best to keep them around next year. And I really think that they're invested in the program and they've seen their success, the step levels that they need to go to hopefully achieve their dreams.
Wisconsin travels to number 7 Purdue on Saturday.
Get 0% interest for up to 6 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Our team installs year-round, so why wait? Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Happy New Year and happy new engagement. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. You have heard me talk about corporate, fundraising, and even casino events, but we are also amazing wedding DJs. Never cheesy and always the perfect fit for the perfect couple. Please let us help you narrate your wedding day love story while playing an amazing soundtrack that will rock your dance floor. Create lifelong memories of your one special day. Do it right and do it with CelebrationsEntertainment.com. That's CelebrationsEntertainment.com.
Mark Tauscher here. It's now Valentine's Day approaching, and I don't have to sweat it this time around. I've gone to see the team at Chalmers Jewelers, and it has made my gift giving that much better. They travel all over the world to find the best, ethically sourced diamonds available and hire the best custom jewelers around. Valentine's Day gifts, engagement rings, custom jewelry, watches, and accessories. Chalmers Jewelers, where custom costs less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Get your Pop-A-Shot on and compete to be the Bud Light Mini Hoops Mania champion. Hey, it's Ben Brust inviting you to Bud Light's Mini Hoops Mania in Madison. A trip to Vegas during the best time of the basketball year is on the line. On February 22nd, head to the College Club from 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. or Red Rock from 10 to 11 p.m. to compete in the first round of Mini Hoops Mania. Go all the way and have a chance to win $10,000 in Vegas. It's Bud Light's Mini Hoops Mania. Must be 21 years or older to play. Also enjoy responsibly at Wando's and Jordan's Big Ten Pub.
At Metro Ford of Madison, we're making it easier than ever to find the Ford of your dreams. Check out this month's unbeatable offers, like the 2024 Ford F-150 with 3.9% APR for 66 months, plus $2,000 flex buy cash, $60.86 cost per thousand. Or drive off in the 2024 Ford Escape with 1.9% APR for 66 months, plus $2,000 flex buy cash, $15.97 cost per thousand. Hurry, these offers end February 28th. Head to Metro Ford of Madison today or visit metrofordofmadison.com.
When you've been seriously injured, you'll need a team with knowledge and experience to get the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
The Bold-A-Thon year in review continues, and it would seem, including in the YouTube comments where there are some, again, they like to do their own show. But, and I like that about them, by the way. I like that there's a conversation, because you never know if I'm going to steal your conversation and put it onto the show, actual show. But what I like about what we're doing here is not only does it allow us to look at how the season played out, but it also allows us to address things like Davante Adams and the idea of acquiring him and where this wide receiver position currently stands. The Aaron Rodgers is going to win the MVP from Chewy. Again, thank you to him for getting me out of last place.
Said that too on Sportsmanlike. She also said MVP for Rodgers.
Yeah,
and
way wrong.
I'm not going to toot my own horn.
Yes, you
but
are.
I said it was going to be a disaster and things were going to implode. And not that they imploded, but they definitely didn't get launched. I think they imploded.
No, they definitely imploded and exploded.
So would you give me that's an A+ probably. In my San Fran take, probably an A+ too. Listen, man, I don't want to pat myself on the back.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, but old T gets one of these guys.
Why is it so hard to make the letter F?
No, I was giving myself
fingers?
an A.
I know, but before you were doing an F and it was more like a P, and that's an A?
I don't know. How do you do an A? That ain't an A. That's a, I don't know.
Upside down V.
No, I got to get the thumbs in there, though. I'm not even lined up on the camera. Anyway, let's see what KBN. Would you like to do those letters with your fingers? KBN had for their...
I know exactly what I'm going to do with my fingers.
Tausch, this is recorded audio that I'm playing, just so you're aware.
Thanks for letting them know.
Oh, this isn't live?
Okay. I believe that Josh Jacobs will break the single-game rushing record held by Amon Green at 218 yards, and he will finish second to Amon Green in all-time for a single-season rushing yards, because nobody's going to touch that 1,880-plus from Amon Green. He will pass Jim Taylor above the 1,400. He will finish second in the Packers' single-season rushing yards record.
I mean, he just listened to mine and tried to undercut it by a smidge is what he did. He didn't even come up with his own thought. So I'm giving him an F on that.
Do you think that are you now accusing him of plagiarizing your idea?
Yeah, that's 100% what I did. Yeah, he
was wrong. Josh Jacobs' season high, of course, was against Indianapolis, 151 yards on 32 carries. He did not surpass Jim Taylor.
So I can't be that. I understand Benny just tried to jump. And listen, man, it's smart because he knows I know ball. So he tries to see, okay, Tausch thinks Jacobs going to have a big year. Let me just take a little less hyperbole, be less bold, and maybe I'll end up more correct. And it turns out he was less correct because he got too specific. I'm going to give him a C. I'll put him ahead of Jesse, but behind Evan.
Is your arm okay?
I don't know.
Well, it's just are you feeling some shoulder pain? Because you're doing a lot of patting yourself on the back. And I don't want you to hyperextend your shoulder. All right, so that was Ben, who stole Tausch's idea but undercut it because he knows, and I quote, Tausch knows ball. Who's next from the KBN crew?
In fairness, I used to do that with college hoops with Ben when he was like studying and being real knowledgeable. No, I didn't steal it, but I'd be like, oh, Benny should know. I mean, he's college basketball legend, all this.
Legend.
And it turns out it just didn't work. So
now you just say the Badgers are a Final Four team every year.
Nice. Sick burn, bro.
One of these years I'm going to be right. And, oh, baby,
Hope
you think
so.
I'm patting myself on the back today. What do you think will happen then?
Hope you're right this year. All right, Jesse, who's next?
But just for the record, I ain't saying and I ain't saying. Just for the record.
We know, yeah.
But if they beat Purdue tomorrow with Jesse buried in his basement corner, I might be saying.
You already said it last week. What do you mean?
But I might be saying more.
Jesse, who's next?
Brad Nortman, NFL veteran. This is recorded audio, Tausch.
My bold prediction for the Green Bay Packers season is that Rashawn Gary leads the NFL in sacks with 18 sacks on the 2024 NFL year. He will be all-pro. He is going to look like a top 5 rusher in the NFL and will lead the NFL in sacks this season.
I just moved up another spot.
Yeah, that was a bad take. Bold, though.
Bold, sure. No doubt
He
bold.
made the Pro Bowl.
Now, if he had said Pro Bowl instead of All-Pro, do we give him some grace and bump him up a notch? Because then he nailed that.
Oh, no, he definitely still wouldn't have. He said that he would lead the league in sacks.
No, but he would have gotten part of his
Pro Bowl
take
part
correct.
right. Yeah. He's ahead of Chewy, but behind me. This is great.
That's fair.
I'm moving up without, and mine was terrible. That tells you how bad Norty and Chewy's were. All right, and then finally, do you have Kyle's to wrap this up?
I don't remember what happened, but Kyle was not part of the Bold-A-Thon with us last year.
What?
Yeah.
You remember you snubbed Gabe, and then Gabe forced his way on over your protests. And I think it's because Gabe ended up taking off as a ESPN national radio host, and you were jealous of Gabe, and you didn't want him on our platform.
That's what
I think
happened.
that was what you said behind closed doors, right?
We will make sure Kyle is part of this next year with us. So, unfortunately, we did not have Kyle's prediction. We just had Ben and Brad from last year.
All right. Well, we need to get to the 10 o'clock hour. It's just 10:08, where we will hear Matt Hamilton and Gabe Neitzel. I don't, actually. I'm not going on vacation. My family went without me. I just want to get to Rob Demovsky, who's scheduled to appear. The 10 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for Kohler Services. Well, if you've been putting off your bath or shower remodel, now is the time to turn to Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get 0 interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Hey, it's Kelly Sheffield, Wisconsin Badgers volleyball head coach. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Good spot to go to on Valentine's Day. The Green Bay Packers offseason in full swing. Yesterday on ESPN Wisconsin's Wilde and Tausch. That's the show going on right now. Former Pro Football Hall of Fame quarterback Warren Moon joined the show. He elaborated on where he thinks the Packers stand in the NFC North leading into next season.
They've got to improve in the big games against the best teams that they play. And I think they'll do that next year, having another year of experience together. That division is going to be very competitive again, I think. And Green Bay will be right in the thick of things because of the talent that's on this team. And now they're slowly gaining that experience that you need to get to the next level.
Pro Football Hall of Fame quarterback Warren Moon on Wilde and Tausch. Find the full interview available on Wisconsin On Demand, Apple, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts. Rob Demovsky, ESPN Packers reporter, scheduled to appear about 25 minutes from right now on Wilde and Tausch here on 100.5 ESPN. College basketball, big game for the Badgers tomorrow afternoon. 16th ranked Wisconsin at 7th ranked Purdue. Tip time is set for noon.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of the Bold-A-Thon year in review rolls on. All right, Jesse, who's next? Because we got to get going here because we got the inspiration behind the Bold-A-Thon, Rob Demovsky, scheduled to appear at 10:30.
Yeah, he's
Bold father.
The bold father.
That's not bad. That's pretty good.
Thanks. I know you'd like
better
that.
than grading yourself as an A constantly. What else you got? Who we got next?
Yep, sticking with the wide receiver theme, Matt Hamilton of Jim, Matt, and Molly, the Olympic gold medalist. Weekdays.
Matt Hamilton's a former wide receiver?
No, but he had a prediction about them. Here is Matt Hamilton's Bold-A-Thon prediction. Recorded audio, Tausch.
In the history of the NFL, there's only been 12 times that a team has had 3 900-yard pass catchers. The Packers are going to be the 13th. 900 yards for 3 pass catchers on Green Bay.
By the way, is that cup is that tiny little cup of coffee empty and you just keep pantomiming like you're drinking out of it so it looks like there's still some in there?
No, there's still some in there.
Okay. The Packers did not only not have 3 900-yard receivers, not only did they not have 2 900-yard receivers, they didn't have a single 900-yard receiver. Jaden Reed, 857. Tucker Kraft, 707. Romeo Dobbs, 601.
I don't think we've spoken about the droppage. I saw one of the beat guys put out this morning about the drops and what that would do to Jordan Love's completion percentage, because 32 drops I think was the number?
33 I thought Pro Football Focus had, but yeah.
So I feel like we've talked about it. I always am, if someone points something out, I'm very open to let's look at it, let's dissect it. That was something we all knew was part of the problem this year, and obviously something that needs to get rectified. And that's why I think if you believe that you can kind of coach people out of the drops. I don't know if that's true, but that is something, obviously, when you start talking about inconsistency. This business, it's razor's thin, man. The margins are thin, and when you drop a 3rd and 5, you have to punt the ball, and you don't get then you don't get a number of plays, and you don't get more opportunities. Sure. Your stats don't add up, and all of it is a part of a chain process, and you can't be breaking links. Every time you drop a ball, the link is broke. And at this point, I think Jordan Love, he's got to look at it. I think his perspective is he needs to be better, but I don't think there's any doubt Goody looks at this, and I think that's why the Davante Adams trade, hopefully, or acquisition, makes a ton of sense.
All right, let's hear what Gabe Neitzel had to say. Where do you want to
forced his way in from above Jesse's?
Where are we ranking Matt's?
Where are we putting Matt's? I think he's behind me too.
I think he might be behind Nordy. Nordy had him as a Pro Bowler.
Does he go behind Chewy?
I guess
Is he the worst?
It's not worse than Chewy.
I think it's between. I think you can either go between Chewy and Nordy or between Wilde and Nordy. I think I'll leave that up to you, Jesse.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll put him behind Brad Norman.
This is amazing how I've moved up the charts without.
Was there, Jason? Which group was more disappointing?
Defensive line.
Was there a group that was more disappointing than the wideouts this year?
Yeah, defensive line.
I don't know, Jim. The defensive line had a lot of sacks.
I don't think. No, I don't think they had a lot of sacks.
Where did they rank?
Here are your.
They had
defensive
9 sacks
line.
in one game. Granted, they filled up on some real. I don't want to go down the road I was going to go down, but they filled up on some real empty
Rashawn
calories.
Gary 7.5. That is not the same as 18 or whatever it was that Nordy had for him.
But he was a Pro Bowler.
Devontae Wyatt 5.
That's 12.5.
Kingsley Enagbare 4.5.
God, stop with the halves. What does that put us at? 17.
Brenton Cox with 4.
21.
Carl Brooks with 3.5.
Okay, 24.5.
Van Ness with 3.
Oh, 27.5.
Preston Smith with 2.5 before his trade departure.
30.
Kenny Clark with 1.
Oof.
31.
TJ Slayton with 1.
32.
And Aaron Mosby with 0.5.
32.5, but that doesn't count Coop, and I know
well, right.
McKinney
We're
had
talking about the defensive line. That's why they don't count.
32.5 sacks. That's 2 a game. That's not terrible.
Right, but they had like
we had more drops. We had more drops than we had sacks.
I'm not saying it's a runaway, but I'm saying that the defensive line was more disappointing than the wide receivers.
Which group was more disappointing? Because you're splitting the vote. You're going to split the vote here.
And you're afraid of me, allegedly, so I know you're going to vote for
what
the
I'm trying to
defensive line.
I'm trying to take the fantasy football component out of this because I think more attention is paid to the statistics of the wide receivers being down. I think the hype around the wide receiver group going into the season and what that ended up looking like all year, to me, that was more disappointing. So maybe I'm a little biased because of the fantasy component as a regular fan.
You just said you were going to take that out, and then you relied on it.
No, I still think,
that's an interesting.
The Friends cast, and it's great to not have a number one. We have all these guys that can do it. It could be somebody different every week, and it just never became a thing.
All right, let's get to Gabe's prediction so we can try and get close to getting
What you
Rob
ended up
at
having
10:30.
with that was Dallas's supporting cast. You had Cliff Barnes and Sue Ellen. You didn't end up having, and you didn't have the big dog.
Patrick Duffy.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
Sue Ellen Mishke. All right, let's get to Gabe Neitzel's bold prediction that he had a call in to ram into the show because you didn't invite him.
But I think he actually went into the studio. Tausch, this is recorded audio, just so you know.
Okay.
Dontavian Wicks
he did call
is the first Packer since Davante Adams to go over 1,000 yards in a season.
Oh, another receiver prediction.
Dontavian Wicks' numbers for 2024, 39 receptions, 415 yards, and 5 tutters. In case you're wondering, his numbers for 2023 as a rookie, 39 receptions, 581 yards, so his number dropped by 160 yards in terms of yardage, and 4 touchdowns, so he increased that by 1. Hey, you've got that F thing going now. Nice
Oh,
work.
no, he took
Well
some time
done.
to figure it out. Don't worry.
It took me a while.
You were reading. He was figuring it out.
You were rambling and reading on the radio. Ahead, probably behind Nordy.
God, I'm just moving up the charts.
So
This is
whose was
amazing.
worse, Gabe's or Matt's? Because Gabe's was about just Wicks. Matt's was about the entire receiving core. They both were wrong.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't want to discourage. Here's what I don't want to do, though. I don't want to discourage boldness. I want you to be bold. And you either going to be Chewy or you be me. Well, the last spot you want to be is Jesse, where you're middling. Like, either be great like me or be horrible like
Be
Chewy.
great like me, quote.
Well, you get what I'm saying. This is the Bold-A-Thon is like the NBA.
Holy
You
smokes.
either be chasing championships or bottom out and get lottoed. Chewy wanted to get lottoed. I want to chase a championship.
All right. Well, be great like me, Mark Tauscher. How great have you been on Prize Picks lately since that 0 for 6 performance you had earlier in the week?
Well, All-Star Weekend is almost here. Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while you watch your favorite players. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible. And the app, it is simple to use. I can even do it. Pick 2 or more players, more or less on their projection. You can win up to 1,000 times your money. I haven't looked if there's a Flex Friday. If there is, I will be in. You know that. I think they have, I don't know what they have tonight. The freshman game, I'm not even 100%. I'll have to take a look, but I know they have the
tonight.
3-point.
Rising Stars.
Rising Stars. You got the 3-point contest tomorrow. Prize Picks, America's #1 app. More than 40 states. Download the app today and use the code for the great old state of Wisconsin. Get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code WI on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play for $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 just for playing, and that is guaranteed. Prize Picks.
The most popular Prize Picks player in the history of Wisconsin. Run
Your
game.
must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
We got a digi only.
Oh, I love this. I love this.
So if you're watching on YouTube, you need to be in the ESPN Madison channel.
Unfortunately, just due to how our setup is, on the Milwaukee stream, you won't be able to hear us, but on the Madison stream is where you can find it. Also on the Wilde and Tausch Twitter live stream.
So join us there, and then we'll be back with our Bold-A-Thon year in review with Tarek Saleh and Mark Silverman coming up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
All right, we are live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and on the Wilde and Tausch Twitter feed. Here we go, digi only, guys. You know the drill. Here is what we have. And this is from our ESPN Madison team on social media. Special Valentine's Day special here. So you have $15 to build your perfect Wisconsin Valentine's Day. Tausch, what are you building?
Okay, so you get $15 all in. And to me, I want to get the ones I definitely want. I'm going Giannis for the person. That's an easy one. That's only $4, which I think it's really interesting, Jesse, that you put Jordan Love in the 5 slot ahead of Giannis. I would love for you to describe why you did that. So then I'm going to go, I love custard. Love it. It's a weakness. So that's 2. So I'm at $6. $6. I always talk about it. I love milk, and if I had to, I would go milk, but I don't have to because I'm going to go with Coors Light as a beer. So that puts me at 9, and I can go to Lambeau, which is where I want to be. I get a little taste of everything. I get some Bucks action. I get a little custard. I get to go to Lambeau. So I still have $1 left. So I'm going Lambeau Field, Giannis, that's 9, custard's 11, beer is 14, and I'm going to take $1 left, and I'm going to head to Quick Trip and get something great at Quick Trip. That's what I'm doing with my $15.
Going off the board. Okay. I did not create this, by the way. This is a team effort from our ESPN Madison social media crew. So it is not my arbitrary opinions on this. Just
Why
for the
is
record.
the field house more expensive than Fiserv Forum?
Less seating. Harder to get into. Sold out every night.
Oh. Interesting.
Any other questions, Jason?
Yeah, 4 of the 5 beverages are alcoholic, so not really catering to those of us that are teetotalers.
You can do a virgin, old-fashioned, and/or bloody.
Yeah,
They're
you
all,
can do an
you
NA
can virginize
beer.
all of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do a slushy instead of a brandy slush.
Since apparently we're making up the rules as we go along.
How did I make up the rules?
You took $1
I
to
didn't
go
make
to
up the
Quick
rules.
Trip. That was not on the board.
I had an extra $1. Normally you're spending too much on these. I got such great value that I wanted to go to Quick Trip on top of it on my way home.
Yeah, we're running out of commercial time because we've spent so much time on Tausch. So I will get to mine quickly. I'm going to go to Lambeau Field because it's the shortest commute. I'm going to take Matt LaFleur and Greg Gard. That's going to get me to $8. I'm going to get a fish fry and a frozen custard. So that's 6 more. That's got me at 14. And then I'm not taking any of these drinks. I'm bringing my own bubbler, and then I'm covered.
And you're also taking $1 to Quick Trip. It's a common theme here.
You got 4 things in 2 categories, and you still didn't spend enough. What a great deal.
And I could get potatoes for sale at Quick Trip.
Potatoes for sale. We encourage fans on YouTube and on Twitter.
Well, Jesse, what's yours?
Share
Let's go.
their answers.
Jesse doesn't have any time
We
left.
have 30
Just gotta go.
seconds, so I'll quickly say
go.
I'm going to AmFam Field, where you may know my dad was an usher there for 15 years. I would like to go with Greg Gard, talk a little college hoops since it's that time of year with him. I'm getting the fish fry, so that puts us up to
That's a good
9.
one.
Give me an old fashioned in hand because I do love that. We're up to 14, and then I'm taking $1 to Quick Trip just like you guys.
Dude, I think we left ourselves. There should be another category. You should always be out of money when you do these.
And we are out of time, just like you're out of money
Thank
on the
God.
game. This has been our Digi Only on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the Wilde and Tausch Twitter feed.
On Sunday night, this weekend on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
Slow down on Monday, not a sound. On Wednesday, might get loud. On Friday, but on Saturday, we paint the town.
Got Rob Demovsky coming up. This, again, is why I love having the YouTube comments to monitor. The suggestion was made, and I think it's a good one. How did James Jones get over his dropsies? Well, great question. Let's get James Jones on the show next week and see if he can walk us through that process. I'll text him
good idea.
during the next commercial break. So thank you to Gruco, not to be confused with Grok, for that suggestion. All right, Jesse, Tarek, Saleh, and Sylvie are next, dare I say, victims of
If I
their...
remember right, Tark had a real hard time understanding what we were doing.
Yeah, this is they didn't quite understand the assignment portion of the Bold-A-Thon review. So Tarek and Sylvie, both great contributors. We love catching up with them. Not sure how they're going to rank here in these rankings before we get to Rob Demovsky.
Well, I think we're winning 12 games this year. I got 12 games. I got, whatever that is, 12-5.
Good work.
I'm excited. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a great game Friday night. I'm really excited about playing Philadelphia. I think they have some challenges with Jason Kelsey out, and the quarterback trying to adapt to the blocking schemes, and with our defense getting improved, really excited with that. With an offense that's explosive.
So, I mean, he did predict 12 games won, and they won 11.
Yeah? Yeah. He was excited.
It was a good game in Brazil. It was a good game.
He was excited about the game. There's no doubt about that. Well, I don't know where to put Tark on this one. I'm going to let Jason handle this one.
12 wins They finished with 11. While he may have been confused as to how to go about this, I think he's right behind Jesse and right above me.
Okay.
Because it wasn't bold.
Not at all.
His accuracy, he gets points for accuracy. He did not swing for the fences. He laid down a bunt and legged out a single, or maybe the ball was thrown wide of the bag, and the first baseman came off the base, so he was safe. But lame, but more accurate than most predictions.
Do we think moving forward, because I like this idea a lot, that a week or two after the season's over, after the Super Bowl, this is where we recap. If we think it's not bold enough, we scratch 3 like in a horse race? There's only 15 lanes. 3 horses get scratched, because that would not have been bold enough, probably for a big, beautiful Bold-A-Thon. But it was close to being accurate, and I agree with your assessment of where you put him.
It was the Kemper Open of Bold-A-Thon predictions. Jesse, what did Sylvie do when he participated?
Sylvie from ESPN Chicago shared this.
As good as Jacobs is in the box score and on the stats, he is not the same guy and the same winning type player that Aaron Jones has provided you guys for the last several years.
So again, not really a bold prediction.
Be last. That might.
It ain't good.
That might be.
Not only is it not bold, it's bad and inaccurate.
Yeah, it was unbold, and it was the opposite of bold and beautiful. Whatever that is, that's what that was. So
did
I
he
think
just
he's
get Chewy
probably
out of the basement?
He's definitely behind Hamilton. It's whether or not you want to put him behind Chew. And
Chewy said Aaron Rodgers would be
I know
MVP.
Chewy joined us live. What did
this
Chewy
morning,
say again?
Yeah. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Chewy said Aaron Rodgers would be the MVP of the NFL. I
still think that this take is worse.
The redeeming characteristic of it is that Aaron Jones did go to Minnesota and help that team win a bunch of games this year. So he wasn't entirely just straight up
that's
wrong.
still a stretch, though.
Jesse, our offensive MVP was this guy.
This guy.
He was everything you wanted. He led
and more.
He did everything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Put him behind Chewy. He's in the basement.
Yeah, because he gets. Here's why. The 2 marks, by the way. Only Mark Tauscher. That's all marks at both ends of the spectrum here, because Tausch got an A, if he does say so himself. The problem with Sylvie is that it was bold. It was unbold and inaccurate. At least Chewy, to predict that Rodgers was going to win the MVP, he checked the bold box. Coming off of a ruptured Achilles at age 40, that was bold to say he was going to win MVP. So I think Sylvie's in the bottom, and we'll let him know that after he failed spectacularly. All right, those are our bold predictions revisited so far. Next, we hear from the inventor, the inspiration, as Chicago and Peter Cetera saying. He's the inspiration for the Bold-A-Thon. Rob Demovsky of ESPN.com joins us after Tausch tells us about the Coors Light he got in the final column of our Valentine's Day square for just $3.
Coors Light brewed with a 3-step cold process: cold lager, cold filtered, and cold packaged. So it's made to chill. And what do you think? Valentine's Day, what else would you rather do with your partner than sit back and chill? Frosty mug with that beautiful Coors Light just bubbling over to let it just trickle down in your 16-ounce glass. Or if you want to have one of those beautiful, like I got in that picture right there with the blue mountains, make sure it's chilled to perfection. That's why it is Coors Light in my hand when I need a moment to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
The Bold-A-Thon Grand Marshal is what Jesse calls him. He's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson to tell you about Madison Weight Loss, the program that I experienced for 60 days last year, and I was able to drop 40 pounds of unnecessary, unwanted fat simply by changing my diet. Nearly a pound a day is what you can lose when you work with the team at Madison Weight Loss to achieve your weight loss goals. I know it's the time of the year, especially this week. You're eating a lot of chocolates, and your goals you set out as your New Year's resolutions might not be coming to fruition. Don't give up. Just alter how you approach it. If what you did wasn't working, contact the team at MadisonWeightLoss.com. Schedule a free consultation in person or virtually, and they can work with you. They'll share all the details of what the food plan looks like, how they stay in touch with you on the app to help you achieve your weight loss goals. They helped me achieve what I wanted to and more. It was awesome, and it wasn't really all that difficult. You just needed the guidance to do it right. Contact the team, MadisonWeightLoss.com. Schedule a free consultation in person or virtually. MadisonWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
This is our crew.
Fly ball right field. Hit a ton. We're tied.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball is coming to ESPN Madison.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Every pitch, every dramatic moment, every
fly ball left field. Back. Still back. It is up and gone.
Madison's new home of the Milwaukee Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tosher here. It's now Valentine's Day approaching, and I don't have to sweat it this time around. I've gone to see the team at Chalmers Jewelers, and it has made my gift giving that much better. They travel all over the world to find the best ethically sourced diamonds available and hire the best custom jewelers around. Valentine's Day gifts, engagement rings, custom jewelry, watches, and accessories. Chalmers Jewelers, where custom costs less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
You can accomplish quite a lot in 6 years. You go from changing diapers to dropping your child off at school. You can get a bachelor's and a master's degree. And you can take up to 6 years to pay off your brand new Pella windows and doors at 0% interest. You get so much more than stunning windows and doors. It's the Pella experience. Talk about quality control. Pella manufactures, sells, installs, and services every product. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 3/8/25.
At UW Credit Union, our home loans have everything you need for your next big step, including up to $750 off closing costs for all home buyers. And first-time buyers can save even more. So if you're ready to trade roomies for more room, or your townhome for an out-of-town home, UW Credit Union will be with you from start to furnished. UW Credit Union. Apply online today. Equal housing lender. Credit may be limited as required by program. Visit uwcu.org for details.
Looking for the new ride of your dreams this Valentine's season? Your new love is waiting for you at Metro Kia of Madison. We have over 129 new vehicles ready for you to take home today. Drive off in a brand new 2025 Kia Sportage with financing as low as 1.9% for 60 months, $17.48 per 1,000 borrowed. Or upgrade to the spacious 2025 Kia Telluride with rates as low as 4.49% for 48 months, $22.83 cost per 1,000 borrowed. Don't wait. These deals end February 28th. So head to Metro Kia Madison today.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
College basketball Saturday. It's an SEC showdown in College Station. The Arkansas Razorbacks go head-to-head with 8th-ranked Texas A&M. Coverage begins Saturday morning at 11:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN. Presented by Robinhood.
It is time. As Kevin Green once famously said. He also said when Rob criticized one of his linebackers, unjustified. He is America's basketball dad. He is the Packers beat writer for ESPN.com. And he is the godfather, the founder of the Bold-A-Thon. Now, that said, I'm down on him because sources close to the program indicating he's not going to join us every Friday all year round. And secondly, I didn't think he was bold at all with his 3-word answer, which we'll get into a little bit later in the program, which provided some great content for us. It is Rob Demovsky on Wilde and Tausch. Rob, good morning. How are you?
That was the longest intro I think I've ever gotten.
It's on brand. On brand. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
We're good. We are revisiting all the Bold-A-Thon predictions.
Okay.
Now, I do think it's important to add that while you participated in our Bold-A-Thon, at least for a year and maybe 2, you have pawned off your bold prediction on ESPN.com on Seth Walder.
Pawned off is inaccurate. Removed us, and by us I mean the 32 reporters that cover each team. With maybe Tausch got to my editors and these guys aren't bold enough because not by choice.
All right, well let's at Tausch again. I want to make it clear. This is Rob pre-recorded because Tausch has had a lot of trouble.
Oh, Rob's not saying it live. Okay.
With revisiting.
I don't remember
bold
what I
predictions.
said. I truly do not.
Join the club.
This is recorded audio, Tausch. Yeah.
Here is Rob Demovsky.
Tucker Kraft will have the most catches by a tight end on the Packers roster, and it will be a minimum of 50. Tucker Kraft will hit 50 catches.
Tucker Kraft's season statistics: 707 receiving yards, 7 touchdowns, and exactly 50 receptions.
Wow.
What a call. And do we have to consider a new leader at the Kemper Open? Because Tausch said that Josh Jacobs would set the franchise single-season rushing record. And while it was more bold, and it was capturing the ethos of Josh Jacobs being a field-tilting player, Rob, much more accurate about a player who I would argue was almost as vital to what they did offensively as Josh Jacobs was. So, Tausch, are you willing to cede the number 1 seed to Demo?
It's going to be difficult and kind of fraudulent if I don't, because he hit the number. Now, as it happened in September, I think I was thinking, but it's not overly bold. We all expected Tucker Kraft to take a jump, but in fairness, and because I don't want to be I want to be fair. I don't want to be whatever the word is I'm looking for that I can't think of right now. Rob Demovsky jumped over me. He is at the top of the leaderboard as we sit here.
Wow.
Would I like Rob to have been a little bolder? I always do.
Sure.
I always want Rob to be more bold, but that was what we want out of the Bold-A-Thon. We want you to be bold, but we want you to put something out there, maybe not everybody's viewing, hyperbolize it a little bit, and then as the season finishes, say, Rob's mindset was correct, and in that he crushed it and nailed it 100%.
The thing that I think, 50 is not super, super bold. However, I don't know if he got the 30 the year, might have been 30 the year before, 29, 30, somewhere in there. So, to go from that to 50, somebody would have to check exactly what he have.
Tucker Kraft, 31 for 355 and 2 touchdowns, and a non-factor in the first half of his rookie season when it was all Musgrave all the time.
Yeah. So
Rob, kudos to you. You deserve
That's why I'm saying it's a little it's minorly bold. It's not like massively bold like the franchise record, which I don't know if it'll ever be broken. At least not the time that we cover the team, just because of the way the league is now. 1,882 83.
Three.
Yeah.
I think 1883.
Yeah.
Incredible season.
Kudos
for
to
him,
Rob. I didn't
Yep.
think I was going to get dethroned. I should have known.
Yeah.
The old bold father was going to take the
bold
throne here
father.
and run with it. But kudos to the Boldman.
Bold father. I had no, did any of us have any idea that 9, 10, 8 years ago, however many years, that when Tausch got on me for not being bold, that this would become the thing that it has become on our show?
It's organic. Yeah. Hey, you keep showing up on Fridays. You can call it our show.
Yeah, what do you mean our show?
Sorry, Jesse.
All right. So since we're giving Rob his bouquets, let's get after him now instead. So in the way too early power rankings that you guys put out on NFL Nation, you were asked to deliver a 3-word summary of what the offseason goal is for the team you cover. And you chose the words improve from within. Now, I said this in real time. I will say it again now. Rob doesn't just guess. He talks to people. He gets information. And in his prediction, he said that it's unlikely that they will add a pass rusher or a number 1 wide receiver. So, knowing that Rob doesn't just throw things up against the wall like some others do, is it enough if the Green Bay Packers improve from within, and that's their mantra for the 2025 season? Are they going to be an NFC championship game caliber team if that's all they do is improve from within?
I mean, let's first talk about the division, Jason. You can't count on you improving because the other teams got worse, but Detroit lost both coordinators, right? Minnesota, I mean, whoever their quarterback is, I would be very skeptical that it would be a season as effective. If it's Sam Darnold, I don't think Sam Darnold's going to be the Sam Darnold of 2024.
Agreed.
If it's J.J. McCarthy, I don't think it's the Sam Darnold of 2024. Now, that said, you can't just say, well, the other teams got worse, so we're going to leapfrog them. But, and this is not to say that they're not they're not going to add anybody. I just don't think they're adding Myles Garrett or Devontae Adams or T. Higgins. No, I mean, are there some mid-level defensive linemen that will become available in free agency? I believe there's a guy in Dallas, and I cannot pronounce his name, who sounds like will hit the free defensive lineman, sounds like will hit the free agent market. And I mean, it could be a guy like that who's, I don't know, is he a $8 million a year guy, $10 million? I'm not sure, but someone like that.
So you don't think Devontae Adams? Because I don't know if you read that report, but he's open to being reunited with the Packers.
I mean, I try to go by what the track record is of the guy pulling the strings, and it doesn't feel like a Goody move. It just doesn't. And maybe I'm wrong about that. It's been hard to get any read on that so far from inside the building. It's a little early, but if I'm a betting man, I just don't see it.
How do you feel about their wide receiver group then? Because as we were outlining earlier, you've got Watson out till at least mid-November, right? When you tear an ACL as late as he did.
I would think.
Who knows what Romeo Doubs is at this point? 2 concussions in the second half of the season, not showing up for work, inconsistent play. The 2 guys that you expected to make huge year 2 jumps didn't make them and dropped a ridiculous number of balls together. And then you've got Bo Melton and Malik Heath. Is this the year they draft a first-round wide receiver? Is this the year that they say, okay, we are going to get reunited with Devontae Adams because not only do we not have a number 1, but we don't have any evidence that these guys are capable of elevating there? Like, what do you do if you're Goody at that position?
I cannot see them just running it back with the same group, right?
Right.
Without a significant addition. I don't mean drafting somebody in the 6th or 7th round. My suspicion is that A, the streak continues of no first-round receivers, but B, there's a second, third round type of receiver that they've done so well with, over the years. So that would be my suspicion.
Rob, we were just asking this earlier, and which group do you think, because of what Jason just mentioned, the drops, and the fact that I think we all believe they're going to upgrade that position, where do you think it looks? Who had the more disappointing season in regards to, is it the D line, or would you say the wideouts, or is there a different group that you would think of?
Ooh. I mean, cornerback could be in the conversation just because, Jair's year was just a total dud for, a variety of reasons. Whose fault that is, we can debate all day. Boy, I got to go with the D line. I really do. Just because, and maybe I'm skewed by what I saw Philadelphia do. Excuse me. But just how dominant and how much a game-wrecking front can change a game, and theirs didn't do it very often. And the numbers may be decent. I mean, the sack numbers, they're not terrible. The pressure numbers aren't terrible, but it's just the more anecdotally than analytically, it just felt like that was a larger weakness. On this team. Now that being said, they score 10 points in the playoff game, right? So that's, maybe I'm contradicting myself, but on the whole, I think they got to get more out of that D line.
Rob is, and we have Hunter Vaughn, who is our resident Cowboys fan. Oso Odigizua.
That's him. Yep.
So thank you, Hunter,
Keep
for
an eye
that
on
key
that.
information.
Just file that one away. Keep an eye on that one. Let's see if anything comes out.
I just look forward to having to pronounce his name many, many, many times after they sign him.
Sounds like that. Sounds like Dallas probably won't re-sign him. But it also sounds like he's a pretty decent player that might fit well into this system.
Like a Zadarius Smith, who we didn't know anything really about, from Baltimore. Most sacks, 8.5 in a season.
Well, how old is this guy? Because that's the Goody way, right? He's not bringing in a 30-year-old,
right?
Yes, he had 4.5 sacks last season. Let me get a little more information. Tausch, ask America's basketball dad another question.
Rob, what are you doing for Valentine's Day tonight?
Well, we got a basketball game right in Jason's neighborhood. The Redbirds go to the somewhat improved Preble Hornets, probably having their best season in a while. Not that that's saying a ton, but they're much improved. So, well, look, I mean, you call it like it is. The Green Bay City schools have been down for a while, but Preble is 10-10, I think. So, certainly no slouch. But I do have my list, Tausch. I will be making a stop at a local. I don't know if I can say the name of the place, but a local chocolatier.
GNC?
No, a local chocolatier. We'll call that.
Smart. Okay,
I'll leave that one alone.
Unless it's ice cream, you can. Otherwise, you can't make unless they're a sponsor. So if it's ice cream, you can.
Okay, we'll go with a local family-owned chocolatier by a family that Jason and I both know. So.
Oh, I love Cerrugi's.
Okay. I was going to say, it rhymes with Perugi.
Okay, chocolates, and then chocolates and basketball? Is that what we're basically looking at here?
Yeah, I think we're doing a Sunday night dinner, though, Jessica and I. Although we went through the list the other day, like the 3 or 4 favorite restaurants that we were thinking of going to aren't open on Sundays. I mean, what's going on here?
Boy, that is a problem. What's up with that? All right, so Osa, as we were discussing, he is 26 years old. He will turn 27 on August 13th. He has 13.5 career tackles sacks during his career. He has been very durable. He has played in all but one of a possible 68 games during his time in Dallas. That's appealing. And he's not going to break the bank, I wouldn't think. So,
correct.
Interesting.
I think last year he played, I want to say he played 700-800 snaps when I looked the other day. And, I mean, it's a guy who, like you said, won't break the bank, but I think maybe an ascending player. Just one name that I had sort of heard to keep an eye on. So
he was a third-round pick out of UCLA in 2021. All right, Rob, we spent a lot of time last week with you reacting to what Josh Jacobs said about number one wide receivers. You are, correct me if I'm wrong, not headed to the scouting combine this year. You're going to do the NFL meetings instead?
Correct. Yep.
I'm hoping that Goody is going to do his pre-combine sit-down with all of us in the Lombardi boardroom. I don't know if that'll happen. But when you look at where this team is heading into the combine, since we won't have you next week, I'm curious how you view this roster and what is on Goody's to-do list. Because if you're not going to trade for Max Crosby or Myles Garrett, you're not going to add Devontae Adams. What does he need to do here in the coming weeks?
The one thing that that hasn't been talked about a lot on the to-do list is sort of figure out where they want to go with Jordan Morgan on the offensive line, right? Like that's, let's not forget. I mean, this is a first-round pick that, we sort of forgotten about here. I think, and about 2/3 of the way through the year, I had sort of been working on an offensive line story, thinking that they were playing pretty well. And I started to ask questions, one of which was in public to LaFleur about the line, and he wasn't buying my premise. He was not thrilled with the offensive line at that point. I think that was probably late November, maybe early December, because I was going on the premise that, boy, they had the same line for all but one game this season.
Right.
And then I can tell you from talking to people in the organization from, in the past couple of weeks since the playoff game, they were very, very disappointed in the protection in the playoff game. Now, look, Philadelphia's defensive line, I mean, they're good, right? Like, but you still got to block them. You still got to block people to win the game. And really, like, even Zach Tom, probably him and Elton are probably their best linemen. Zach Tom, I don't know what the grades will say, but Zach Tom did not play very well in that game.
Yeah, and his torn pec affected him. He admitted that in locker cleanout. So, look, here's the thing about that line, because as some have enjoyed, I put together my 5 things that the Packers could learn from the Eagles, and signing inexpensive free agents like Zach Bond was one of them. It was Tausch's favorite one. But the Eagles protect the heck out of their quarterback. They've got a great offensive line, in addition to having a great defensive line. And wherever you're going to put Jordan Morgan, if you think you can run it back with Rasheed Walker, left to right, Rasheed Walker, say Jordan Morgan, Elton Jenkins at center, Sean Ryan at right guard, and Zach Tom at right tackle, and have the kind of year that they had where guys stay healthy all year, that's not a terrible group, I don't think. But look, we saw what happened. You lost Elton Jenkins, and you played Telly Monster, and you played Travis Glover, and it was a you-know-what show.
It was.
That was a big So their depth is not good enough, and if they don't stay healthy and they don't sign Josh Myers back, that's a pretty significant, sneaky position of need is the line.
Every time I start thinking about the Josh Myers, and they probably won't re-sign him, I go back to what a coach said to me. Well, I think it was right before the Bears game, the last regular season game, right? The Bears.
Yep.
I remember talking to a coach the morning of that game about Myers and him saying you cannot underestimate the comfort level that the quarterback has with the center when it comes to, whether they re-sign him or not. So, that may be wishful thinking on that member of the coaching staff's part, but it's something to consider.
So, Rob, that was interesting you said that, not the Myers thing, but the Matt LaFleur, and you had this story. Do you think he viewed this season's offensive line as just not good enough?
It sure must have, because it's hard, Tausch, with the way the setup. I mean, we talk to Luke Butkus once a month, right? It's at the podium, and it's not like in the past where we would stand with those coaches in the hall and we could get a little bit better feel for what they think, whether they're on the record, off the record, whatever the case may be. And so I guess that's why I probably looked in LaFleur's eyes. He probably was like, "What the hell's this guy talking about?" Our offensive line wasn't very good, but I kind of thought it was better than they thought it was, I guess. So and their opinion is the one that matters.
What do you think they're going to do with Jordan Morgan? If you were a betting man and OTAs line up and Josh Myers does not re-sign, what are we doing? Where are we at without any other acquisitions? What are you looking at?
I mean, it's one of two things. It's the scenario Jason mentioned where he plays left guard, Elton, or he plays right guard. Jacob Monk is the center, and Sean Ryan goes back to a backup. But to me, again, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought Sean Ryan had a pretty good year and is an ascending player. Or it's that Jordan Morgan believes he's a tackle, the Packers believe he's a tackle, and he plays one of the two tackle spots. And if it's the right tackle spot, then Zach Tom either moves the left tackle or moves the center. So, there's a lot of
I heard he was a Hall of Fame potential center, right?
And I believe in Goody's press conference to wrap up the season, unprompted, he said, I'm paraphrasing, but it was pretty close to this, when we drafted Zach, we really thought, I think I asked the question to try to get some validity.
I did feel like that was an important part to add, so I appreciate you including that.
Yeah, it just hit me as I was reciting that. I think I asked the question, but he said when we drafted Zach Tom, we thought center was I actually have Goody's transcript. Here it is. I think when we drafted him, we also thought he could be a very, very good center.
At least that's what I heard from Demovsky, citing sources in my building, which I hate when that happens. All right. So last thing before we bid you farewell, and I'm being told sources close to the program indicating that you're still out of the goodness of your dumb old heart going to join us when significant things occur, like something Goody might say at the scouting combine or when you're at the NFL meeting. So we look forward to that.
You're playing Preble.
Maybe, my contract is what it says. Right, Tausch, you were in a contract.
It is what it is. Absolutely, Rob.
Are you holding
It is
out?
what it is.
Is that what's happening?
Sterling Demovsky.
I'm not one of those guys who, signs a contract and then wants it renegotiated. So, I honor it.
All right. Well, then last thing for you, Mr. Contract.
We need a Rodgers clause to get him here in the offseason.
Yeah, we'll see what Lee Steinberg has to say.
Oh, wow.
So when you look at the Jordan Love season as a whole now, right? He was down there at the scouting, at the NFL, at the radio row, I'll get it eventually, and talked about his season. One of the things that Tausch and I talked about during the week is you see what Jalen Hurts' running ability does for that offense. You heard Jordan talk at Radio Row about needing to use his legs more. I understand he had the leg injuries, but he had 83 rushing yards all season. Jalen Hurts had 72 in the Super Bowl. When you look at what Jordan Love needs to do, because he did not make the leap that many of us expected from year one as a starter to year two as a starter, what are your expectations for him, and how do you view him in the big picture of quarterbacks right now?
I still think he's a top 10 quarterback. I still think that he's the guy that the franchise can and will go forward with for multiple years. I think he needs to get his accuracy back. I think that, and then we heard the footwork. We've heard that discussed many times, and Jordan admitted it late in the year that he had let his footwork go a little bit for whatever reason, whether it was lack of practice reps or whatever. But when you're in a good, from what I can know about quarterback play, which is not much, but from what we've heard from, guys like Tom Clements and Luke Getsy and Mike McCarthy and so on, that when your feet are right, you can do multiple things. And that includes, to your point, Jason, running the football. So, if you're not in the right rhythm for whatever's supposed to happen and a play breaks down, you may not even be in the right body position to run as a quarterback. And I do think the mental aspect of it too with the injury. I mean, I know, like obviously it happened and he played, after missing the 2 games played, but I don't care what anybody says. That's got to affect the mindset of a quarterback, even if it's not a physical limitation.
Well, we'll see what Sean Mannion can do with him as his quarterback's coach. Matt LaFleur still has not officially announced his full coaching staff. I'm hoping we'll get that next week. Disappointed that your ESPN colleague Dan Orlovsky is not the new quarterback's coach as much as Tausch is disappointed.
I like Dan a lot, but as we've seen in this market, TV/radio people turn coaches, whether it's basketball or football, have not exactly gone super smooth. And I like Doug Gottlieb, I do, but it has not been a smooth transition for one radio host.
Rob, I've got a basketball practice to help Hogue coach. I've got a volleyball team building thing to drop Sydney off at, and then I will see you at Preble High School for the Hornets and the Redbirds, at least for a good portion of the game until it's about a 30-point blowout, and then I'll have to leave. Thanks, buddy.
You better get there quick. No, I'm just kidding.
Trash
thanks,
talk
guys.
toward Preble.
Appreciate you guys having me all year, and I'm glad I got the memo that we were all wearing red today.
Everybody except Jesse, who's Mr. Valentine's Day. Rob, thanks. We appreciate you. I'll see you tonight.
We'll be seeing you.
That is Rob Demovsky of ESPN.com, the Packers beat writer for the NFL Nation crew over there. We still have one more segment left in the 10 o'clock hour. We'll get to it next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Welcome. The 2025 NFL Draft on ESPN Radio.
The NFL Draft is now underway.
Live from historic Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
With the first pick.
Thursday, April 24th on ESPN Radio, ESPN, and on ABC.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust. Well, the all-new 2025 Equinox has arrived at Zimbrick Chevrolet. New colors, more storage, wider stance, and all-new tech, including a larger infotainment screen. Plus, Dane County's largest selection is at Zimbrick Chevrolet. That huge selection plus volume pricing means you never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Visit Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie to see all of their current specials. You can also log on to see it all at ZimbrickChevrolet.com, or you can also schedule a service appointment with their outstanding team. Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels. Shop Steinhoffels now through President's Day and take an extra $100 off every $1,799 you spend. Only at Steinhoffels. See store for details. Soaring sophomores. Wisconsin men's basketball stand at 16th in the AP rankings. John Blackwell and Nolan Winter, 2 key parts to their success. Assistant coach Sharif Chambliss joining ESPN Madison's digital show, The Jump Around. Chambliss on the ascension of the young duo.
For those guys to be able to come back here and really devote their whole time and devote their energy to this program, we're super thankful for them. I really think that they're invested in the program and they've seen their success, the step levels that they need to go to hopefully achieve their dream.
Get 0% interest for up to 6 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Our team installs year-round, so why wait? Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
Gold medalist and ESPN Madison foodie Matt Hamilton here to tell you about Metcalf's Market. As a proud Wisconsinite, you know I support local, and it doesn't get more local than fourth-generation, family-operated Metcalf's Market. Renowned for offering an extensive selection of local and premium quality foods, it's the best place to shop for me and my family. Where family tradition meets commitment to quality, sustainability, and supporting local communities, head to one of their locations today in Hilldale, near Westtown Mall, or Wauwatosa. Metcalf's Market. Bring local home.
Talk Badger sports year-round with the Jump Around podcast.
It's hard to know where you're going if you don't know where you've been. You look back at Barry Alvarez and everything that he's done, it's the reason that Coach Fickle has picked this place.
Tune in for the Top Badgers conversations every week, featuring special guests with Wisconsin players, coaches, and more.
We look back and we know the history of this place, right? The history in this place is winning, and it's time to bring that history back.
The Jump Around, brought to you by Steinhoffels, streaming live every Thursday on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and available wherever you get your podcasts.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates National Girls and Women in Sports Day. All month long, celebrate with ESPN Wisconsin's special program, Lead Her Forward, hosted by Jen Latta and Michelle Smallman, presented by Love Madison Volleyball. Celebrate National Girls and Women in Sports Day on ESPN Madison and Wisconsin On Demand.
The 74th NBA All-Star Game. It's an all-new format.
3 All-Star teams of 8 players each, along with the winner of the Rising Stars game.
Coverage begins Sunday at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Presented by Indeed.
Thanks again to Rob Demovsky. We'll miss him as he goes on hiatus, but he'll be back because he honors his contract. Oh boy. Have we underestimated the significance of the offensive line in uncertainty? Have we underestimated? Because we kind of have been like Shruggy McShruggerson that says, well, they'll move Elton to center. They'll put Jordan Morgan in the starting lineup at one of the guard spots, and off they'll go. Also important to point out that both tackles are in contract years.
Yeah, and I would bet that
years.
Zach Tom is not going to play on a rookie deal. Sheed, I'm guessing, isn't going to want to play on a rookie deal. I don't know how all that works. I don't know that for sure. But you're seeing more and more guys not practice and play when that's not the case. So I do think we probably I looked at this group this year, and I think we saw what we did in the run game. Jordan did not take a lot of sacks. We saw what they did when Malik Willis was out there. I think we all look at the offensive line as being good. Now, if you ask me the difference in Philly's O-line compared to ours, Philly's got a better O-line, and we did that when we went through the little cycle of, who would you start here and there? So I think you're always wondering, this system calls for athleticism. That's what Matt LaFleur's system, and you can go back to the Mike Shanahan, Kyle Shanahan. You need athletes. Get up on the second level. Philly is not really that. They're good athletes, but that is a big physical group. Duo blocking and what Josh Jacobs has, I do wonder, do you make a few adjustments? Do you get more physical and big-bodied up front? I do think that's a story that we have underlooked at and not spoken about as much because I think it's a good group. I just wonder, when Rob said that about talking to LaFleur and the fact that LaFleur didn't buy in, I wonder how content he is. How content Adam Stenovich is with this group, because they were abundantly clear. Sean Ryan, they didn't want to start him. They wanted Jordan Morgan to run with it, and unfortunately for him, it didn't happen. And Sean Ryan, to his credit, I thought bounced in there and played a very physical style of football. So it is something to monitor, no doubt.
All right, we need to get to the 11 o'clock hour where we will continue with our Bold-A-Thon year in review. That's next. In 2 minutes, it's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Hey, this is former Badger Brad Norton.
It's a fake. Great call and great execution.
You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Milwaukee Brewers Baseball on ESPN Madison. Listen to every game this season, starting with opening day, March 27th, right here on Madison's new home of Milwaukee Brewers Baseball, 100.5 ESPN. The Green Bay Packers offseason in full swing. Yesterday, Pro Football Hall of Fame quarterback Warren Moon joined Wilde and Tausch, shared his perspective on where he thinks the Packers stand in the landscape of the NFC North entering this offseason.
They've got to improve in the big games against the best teams that they play, and I think they'll do that next year, having another year of experience together. That division is going to be very competitive again, I think, and Green Bay will be right in the thick of things because of the talent that's on this team, and now they're slowly gaining that experience that you need to get to the next level.
Pro Football Hall of Fame quarterback Warren Moon on Wilde and Tausch. Find the full podcast available on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. Rob Demovsky appearing moments ago on Wilde and Tausch. Find that full conversation available once our show concludes at noon. College basketball, huge game for the Badgers tomorrow at number 7 Purdue, 16th ranked Wisconsin. Tip time is set for noon, nationally televised on CBS.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch, starting very late, but it was worth it, keeping Rob Demovsky as long as we did. But we have to keep going on our Bold-A-Thon review. Next up, Jen Latta of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and Uncle Homer of the Homer Hour. Let's start with what Jen's bold prediction might have been.
And Tausch, this is recorded audio, just so you're aware.
Okay. Thank you for
my bold prediction for the 2024-2025 Packers season is that they will run the table in the NFC North.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Oh!
We got a new winner in the clubhouse basement.
They were a fingernail away from running the table with 6 losses.
Oppo.
Ouch, Jennifer.
Basement.
Woo!
Basement.
Yeah. Congratulations, Sylvie. You have moved out of last place. Are these going side to side? Is this what you're doing?
We can't do the side, but we can't do that.
It's very
well,
confusing.
It's going to get very tiny as we add more.
Well, just fonten it down. Fonten it down and make it work.
All right, we can't do side by side.
Jerry Fontenot.
All right, I'm going to have to. I'll do that during our next commercial.
I'm sure you will. All right, so congratulations to Jim. The Packers definitely did not run the table in the NFC North. That's incredible.
She almost prize picked what I did.
Yeah.
That's what she almost 0 for 6 did.
She went 1 out of 6.
If it ain't for old Carl Brooks's paw, she Tausch picked it.
Yeah.
That's what
pretty
she
much. She Taushed it. Yep. All right. So now that we've seen where Jen landed, I find myself very curious. Could Homer top that and take over the basement? I have no idea what he predicted. I've forgotten it.
Could.
It's not in my memory banks. Let's hear what Steve the Homer True predicted on our Bold-A-Thon.
Tausch, just so you know, this is recorded. He is not with us right now.
Okay, good.
It never gets old.
Jair Alexander,
6 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown. And the kicker, whose name isn't important because you'll see why in a minute, he will set a new Packer record with a 60-yard field goal, but will not be the kicker for the postseason.
Well, this is a perplexing one.
Layers.
Because, first, let's deal with Jair. Jair had 2 interceptions, not 6. He did have 1 that he returned for a touchdown, so give Homer points for that.
Yeah, he gets points there.
Yep.
However, he also missed 10 games and then proclaimed in the locker room during locker cleanout, you guys don't want to talk to me. I don't even know if I'm going to be here. I've got nothing good to say. So if we're taking the spirit of the bold prediction into effect,
he went
bold. The spirit of his prediction was bold, but his spirit was that Jair was going to be a contributor all season long, and that was definitely not the case.
So here's the deal. You want bold takes. He did that. He hit 2 of his big 4.
Right.
He hit home runs on.
Pick 6.
Now, the others he struck
and
out on.
Narveson not being the kicker in the playoffs.
The others he struck out on, but in today's baseball world, it's about exit velo. His exit velo is as good as any that we have on here. He is in third place. Homer is in third place after that.
Narveson did not even attempt a 50-yard field goal.
But he was not the kicker. He's in fourth place. He's after
and still went 12 of 17 overall.
He is in fourth place just off the medal stand.
Okay.
That's where he'd be. Yep.
All right. There you have it.
All right.
So he doesn't – you're not pinging him at all?
I still don't know how Tark is so high. Tark didn't even know what he was doing.
12 wins.
Didn't really say much except excited, and he is in fifth. That's the beauty of the Bold-A-Thon. You just don't know.
The Sala line is you're in front if you're bold and right, you're behind if you're bold and wrong.
That's kind of where it's a good point.
Yeah, I would just say this, since Tausch's spirit of his bold prediction about what Josh Jacobs was going to mean to the offense allowed him to give himself an A. When you predict 6 interceptions for Jair, I do think it's important to point out that he did not fulfill the spirit of that prediction. He did have a pick 6 in Nashville against the Titans, but 6 interceptions would indicate that you would think he was a top performer for this team all season long, and he was a non-factor, and he only played in 7 games. And one of those 7 games that he played in, he lasted 10 snaps. So that does count as well. His exit velocity might have been high, but he also hit the ball into a fly ball to center that maybe got to the warning track and did not go out of the park. What will be out of the park for you and a home run for sure is the Steinhafels weekend sale that they've got going on right now. On top of that, they're also celebrating the opening of their new Orland Park Furniture and Mattress showroom with the biggest President's Day sale yet. Take $100 off every $1,499 purchase at Steinhafels that you spend, and you'll get a $100 MasterCard for every $1,499 you spend. That's incredible. So you spend more, you get more in return. See store for details, or you can take advantage of Steinhafels' 36-month 0% financing on that purchase of $1,499 or more. So hurry. The sale at Steinhafels is only good through President's Day. Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com. All right, the next up in the Bold-A-Thon year in review, we close it out with the founder and CEO of Good Karma Brands. Craig Karmazin made 3 bold predictions when he joined us.
Yeah, and Jesse, I just sent the text over. There is someone that will be the winner if they get the audio to you from the Bold-A-Thon, because they crushed it more than any. They would be the winner If we get the audio, no, we don't get the audio.
Could they come on and reenact it live? Since we thought that was happening earlier in the show,
we could have Jesse reincarnate it live. I don't know. I'll leave that up to Jelly.
The person is dead?
No, he's alive. Been off. He's off the last couple of days, so I don't know where he's at.
All right, I have no idea what you're talking about. We'll get to Craig Carvis's predictions next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. Who's hungry? It's Free Food Friday on ESPN Madison, brought to you by Pizza Hut. And right now is your chance to win some free food from select Pizza Hut locations. Caller number 6 right now, 844-770-3776. You win Free Food Friday from Pizza Hut. No one out pizzas the Hut. Try Pizza Hut's heart-shaped pizzas, perfect for your Valentine's Day. Starting at just $13.99, these heart-shaped pizzas are here to steal hearts and fill tummies. But hurry, they're only around for a limited time. Of course they are. It's Valentine's weekend. Head to pizzahut.com or select Pizza Hut locations to enjoy your own Free Food Friday. Right now, caller number 6, 844-770-3776. You win Free Food Friday and a heart-shaped pizza courtesy of Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semrau with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athletes of the Week, Jonah Kuhn and Jacob Kuhn from Madison Abundant Life Christian. Welcome, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Well, basketball, first of all, you guys got to state last year, getting to the state finals. What was that whole road like, Jonah?
Yeah, it was an amazing experience. Our motto the whole season was Rise to Glory. What better way than to do it at the Kohl Center?
So we're looking back on your time. I'll start with you, Jacob. What is it going to mean to you to have been at Abundant Life Christian for 4 years?
I've been there since kindergarten, actually. Through the years, I've developed really close friends. It's because since we're a small school, you know everyone. You're pretty much friends with everyone. So the close community that we have at ALCS is something that I'll never forget.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Hey, it's Bobby Portis, and I love playing basketball in Milwaukee. When I drive down the lane, I move fast and make sudden moves to drive to the hoop and score. But when I'm behind the wheel in the driving lane, I control my drive. I don't speed or make sudden movements. Speeding and reckless driving are the leading causes of traffic injuries and deaths in Wisconsin. Do what I do. Control your drive. Don't speed. Don't be reckless. Zero in Wisconsin. Together we can save lives. Wisconsin DOT.
One call, that's all. It's not just a slogan, but a way of life at Gruber Law Offices. If you've been injured, call our team today. We've represented tens of thousands of injured Wisconsinites for well over 30 years. Trust Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Running
Have we acquired this alleged audio from a not dead, but maybe needing to be recreated, bold prediction? Who is this person?
We'll find out at the end. Well, let's hear Craig's, and we'll tease it a little bit. And I'm just telling you, it's the best one. It's going to win the Bold-A-Thon. And I remembered it just recently. What do you mean?
Recently, like a few minutes ago?
Let me configure everything on this, and we'll have to do it next segment.
Yeah,
right. I understand.
A little time.
I just sometimes Tausch misremembers things.
Yes.
And I just wanted.
Yes, that's true.
So I just want to make sure, did this actually happen? Because we still have trivia and Feel Good Friday to get to.
Yes, it does happen. No, it
Oh,
doesn't.
no, I know you forgetting happens. I'm saying, did this prediction happen?
No. This prediction happened.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Then I look forward to hearing it. Before we can get to it, though, we have to get to Craig, who not one, not two, but 3 bold predictions. This is going to be tough to score then. Because if he gets one that he nails, one that's meh, and one that sucks, that averages out to a middle-of-the-pack seat.
Cumulative.
Yeah. Okay.
Cumulative.
So I'm going to play one at a time. You can react to one at a time here from Craig.
All right. Start at the worst one, can you?
I don't remember which one is which.
Okay,
I'm going to guess. This is recorded audio, Tausch, just so you know.
Okay.
The Packers defense will increase their takeaways by 50%.
It's a dub. That's a very big dub. That's accurate, too, correct, Jesse?
I don't actually have the stats in front of me.
The Green
Jason
Bay
does.
Packers finished with 31 takeaways this season.
Woo!
Last season, in 2023,
18.
They had just 18. So 50%
So
increase
9
would
more
put
would
them
be 27.
at 27.
So
Tausch
it's
showing
even
off
more
his
than that.
math. Even better.
Kudos
so win
to Carmi.
W for... Where do I have to go? Over here? This front? W? Yeah. No, that's the Badgers W. You can't steal that.
It's a W.
Yeah, but that's I think that's trademarked.
We don't have time for this.
What do you think of Luke Fickell? Tausch? All right, what's the next prediction?
We will complete Week 10 of the NFL season, and Braden Narveson will not have missed a kick.
Well, wrong side. Move your pointer finger. Other way. There you go. F. Yeah, Braden Narveson. I'll say this. He did not miss any kicks in Week 10 or Week 9 or Week 8.
I think he was kicking for somebody. No, I think he kicked for somebody else.
Not for the Packers for sure.
He hopped on with Tennessee at the end, yeah.
He did go to Tennessee, and then they cut him too. Braden Narveson, though, replaced after going 12 of 17 on field goal attempts and replaced by Brandon McManus. All right, and what's the third one from Craig?
The Packers will lose to every team in the NFC North.
Ooh.
Once. And they will actually win at Chicago and then lose in Week 18 at home at Lambeau Field.
Wow.
Whoa!
Uh-oh.
Wow. That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
So again, they actually lost both games to Minnesota and both games to Detroit, so it was even worse than he predicted. He got the Bears results correct, barely thanks to Carl Brooks's fingertip. But, so we take that.
And Matt LaFleur's poor coaching, in fairness.
We take the improvement in takeaways, and then we put the F grade into the mix for the Braden Narveson prediction. Where do we put him?
Yeah, he is. To me, I leave this up to you guys. He's either right after me or right after Evan.
I think he's after you. I think he gets.
He was better than Evan.
I think he was better than Evan. So
All right,
I think
put
he's
him
got
in, he's
number
on the
3.
medal stand. All right, he's in
there you have
third
it.
place.
Knocking Evan Cohen off of there. All right, so that is
font is getting awful tiny on the video stream.
But it's good, and a lot of people put this on their televisions, so they've got like big screen access, so they can see that just fine. Now, that was supposed to be the end of the Bold-A-Thon in review. We have trivia coming up next. The category is finish those love song lyrics for Valentine's Day. Love Bites, I'm sure, will be one of them. But, Jesse, have you procured this audio that Tausch is championing? Do we have to do that and trivia next?
What I have is 2.5 minutes long, so I need a minute to just
You need
figure
more
out
than a
what the
minute.
good
You got
stuff
4.5.
is here. Yeah, so this is going to be tough, but we'll make it happen
All
because
right,
Old T
so-
wants me to.
So next, of course, yes. So we will play trivia and hear from what Tausch is hailing as the winner. Better than Demovsky, better than Tauscher, better than Karmazin, better than Cohen, and definitely better than
I
Latta
think we need to rein
and
people
Sylvie.
in. You don't get three bold takes moving forward. It's got to be one. You don't get to throw 5 things at a wall.
Hey,
and then
if you want to tell the
Now,
boss
fact
that,
the-
you do that.
No, I will. I'll let him know.
I know you will.
The fact that he got the Bears exactly correct is what elevated him to that degree.
And the fact that he did get, they did lose at least one game to each of the other 2 division teams, which there was a
Appalata.
There
It's
was
Appalata.
there was a
an
prediction
Appalata.
that they would win all their division games, which was not correct. All right, trivia and this mystery boldacity of some other person's prediction who we don't know, only I guess you guys know and I just don't, is coming up next. That means we need caller 14.
Warren Moon. I didn't know Warren Moon called it.
That was really fun, again, by the way. If you missed Warren Moon on the show yesterday, it's worth going to Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts or YouTube to watch that interview over again. Caller 14 for trivia. It is Finish Those Love Song Lyrics. Caller 14, 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. We will play trivia next and hear from this other bold prediction. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and you know I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. It was the best, and it still is. But speaking of love, I got a call from our guy Cupid, and he wants you to try Pizza Hut's heart-shaped pizzas. Perfect for date nights, Galentine's gatherings, or treating yourself because you deserve it. Starting at just $13.99, these heart-shaped pizzas are here to steal hearts and fill stomachs. But you have to hurry. They're only around for a limited time. Head to your nearest Pizza Hut or order online today at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut doesn't break hearts, they bake them. Heart-shaped pizzas available for a limited time at Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
You can accomplish quite a lot in 6 years. You go from changing diapers to dropping your child off at school. You can get a bachelor's and a master's degree. And you can take up to 6 years to pay off your brand new Pella windows and doors at 0% interest. You get so much more than stunning windows and doors. It's the Pella experience. Talk about quality control. Pella manufactures, sells, installs, and services every product. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 3/8/25.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and lease a 2025 Honda HR-V Sport all-wheel drive for as low as $189 per month. Or browse their vehicle selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda.
All-Star Weekend is almost here, and Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while you watch your favorite players. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. The app is really simple to use. Pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less on their projection, and you could win up to 1,000 times your money. Play during All-Star Weekend and don't miss your chance to cash in on special events like the 3-point contest. Join Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app, available to play in more than 40-plus states, including California and Texas. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code WI, and you get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code WI on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 for just playing, guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
This is Madison's new home of Milwaukee Brewers baseball.
Churiel, a high fly ball. Back, track, bye, baseball!
100.5 ESPN, your new home of the Milwaukee Brewers.
We're going to build the anticipation for this groundbreaking, bold prediction and play trivia first. So let's welcome in our contestant. It is Baby Fresh.
Oh, Freshie!
In DeForest. Baby, ice,
is this
baby.
being welcomed in?
How you doing? Welcome.
Oh, happy day of brotherly love. Just spreading it, one phone call at a time. How's everybody today?
Doing great. So, Baby Fresh, what is Mrs. Fresh? What are you doing with Mrs. Fresh tonight?
Mrs. Fresh.
Mrs. Fresh we're kind of on the struggle bus, a couple sick kids. We'll probably, do some chicken noodle soup and take a half cap of Miralax at the end of the night. Something romantic like that.
Okay. Sure.
Half cap of awesome. Miralax. Jeez.
You don't want to know.
Whoa, I don't.
Nelly! Nothing says love like being able to actually go.
All right, well, Baby Fresh. There's no comfortable segue out of that, so let's get to the question.
Why did you even ask?
I couldn't help it.
Baby
I was surprised.
Fresh, you need to sing
let's that
these
one and
lyrics.
Go on to our first question.
Yes. So, Baby Fresh, I don't know, do you want you can finish the lyrics, or we'll just kind of leave it up. If you know it, you can sing it. If you don't, we'll go about it that way. So, as we go on Valentine's Day, here we go. I want to know what love is. Bum, 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 bum. Is it A, I want you to show me? Is it B?
It is A, I want you to show me. God, that bass sounds real good. Were you in choir?
Yeah,
Lou
it's
Graham.
Deep. Dulcet.
Yeah.
Dulcet.
The other options
Better
were...
video form.
Don't want you to throw me, and
Okay.
Tune into Jen and Gabe and Chewy. I want to make sure Jesse got credit for
Was
his
there anything
clever
with a
career.
half cap of Miralax, or is that not? I thought that would be part of the lyrics.
The full cap is too
half
much from what I
cup
can
of
gather.
Miralax.
I'm
Okay.
not sure. I don't know. Okay.
Question 2, Jesse.
Tausch likes when we all take a turn singing these, so I get question 2, apparently. Here we go.
Well, you wrote it, and it says asked by Jesse.
Yeah, but I did it for
don't let
Tausch.
Jesse-
Everything I do it
Don't
for
let
Tausch.
Everything I do it for Tausch.
That was not our second question. Here you go, baby fresh. Romeo, take me somewhere we can be alone. I'll be waiting. All there's left to do is run. You'll be the prince and I'll be the princess. Is it? It's a love story. You can be my guest.
How is someone so musical reading the answers now?
I want to make sure I'm
true.
clear on the answers. It's a love story. This is our big test. Or it's a love story. Baby, just say yes.
Baby fresh, just say yes.
Gosh, that was first a real good intro. Voice spot on, pitch perfect.
No,
it's
not true.
it's a love story, baby. Just say yes. Taylor Swift, baby.
Taylor Swift, indeed. 2 for 2.
Baby Fresh got a great voice, doesn't he? Baby
No.
Fresh has got a very good... No?
Nope.
Well, I disagree. I
and
think it's
Jesse,
fantastic.
who I thought had a great voice, did not have one there. All right. Question 3, baby. Is this: like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Is it: it's always you and me, or some things are meant to be, or dancing so beautifully?
It's B.
The hell was that?
Sing it! What are you doing? Come on!
Well, I didn't know what. Give me the lyrics again.
Give us Elvis.
Like a river flows surely
No, just
to
the
the
B.
sea.
Give me the B, and I'll bang it back at you.
Darling, so it goes. Sing it with me, baby fresh. Some things are meant to be. Oh, thank you. Thank you very
Pretty
much. Thank you very much. That is indeed Elvis Presley. Baby fresh. Huh.
And before we let Baby Fresh go, I have to bring a great quote from the great philosopher Laverne Cox. And Laverne said, when you put love out in the world, it travels, and it can reach people in ways we never expected. And I think that's what Baby Fresh did for the show.
Wow.
So thank you, Baby Fresh,
don't
and
think
thank you, Laverne Cox.
I don't think he came anywhere. He didn't do that.
Great
but he did get 3
philosopher.
right.
I definitely put something out there. A lot of negativity on the day of spreading
Yeah,
love.
Miralax.
Yeah, what is there is negative.
Free advertising for Nelly. What you put out there was free advertising for Miralax, I think is what
It's not
occurred.
an ice cream.
Is it weird that I don't know what Miralax is?
Yes, it
I don't
is.
have a clue.
Whoa, Nelly! Baby Fresh, congratulations. Not only did you get 3 right,
Keep spreading love.
which
One
means you'll
conversation at
have
a
4
time.
entries in the drawing that's coming up
That's it.
next, but also...
If we'd like to, while Baby Fresh is here, we can do an unprecedented move and draw right now.
Ooh,
And he
let's
can-
do a preemptive drawing with the contestant on the phone.
Yeah, Baby Fresh might be here to experience victory.
And the winner
Some
will get an
things are meant to be.
The winner will get an ESPN Wisconsin prize pack and a year's supply of Miralax Gentle Constipation Relief Powder.
Come on, baby boy.
He
Oh,
won.
Baby Fresh with it down.
He got it.
Wow.
Some
What a day.
things are
Spread
meant
love
to
and it
be.
comes
Me.
just like Laverne Cox said, you spread love and it comes back around.
Just like
It's
your
like a
toilet's
boomerang.
going after you've had your Miralax.
That was not planned. Those watching on video saw it was fair and square.
All right, Baby Fresh, congrats. Congrats on winning the drawing as well. We appreciate you, buddy. Thanks.
Enjoy the day.
Who is he?
He's
Who is
Baby
he?
Fresh.
No, but who? What is his? What's his story? What's his love story? Baby, just say yes.
Yeah. It sounds.
Do you really want to know more?
I don't want to know more about his Miralax usage. No, definitely not. All right, so Jesse, we have Feel Good Friday painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints coming up. But we also have this audio that you were working very hard to clip.
We can do it right now.
Okay, so this audio. I don't know who this person is. I don't know what they said. But Tausch has ceded the number one spot to this person's prediction. Jesse, take it away.
I got news for Tausch. He's going to want it back. I think he may have had a classic case of the misremembrance of this bold prediction.
It's been known to happen.
Tausch makes daily appearances on Wisconsin's morning news on our sister station, 620 WTMJ. During his appearance the day of the Bold-A-Thon, this didn't make it onto our show, but Eric Bilstad of 620 WTMJ delivered these bold predictions.
The X-Man, Xavier McKinney, he's going to have at least 10 interceptions.
10?
Yep,
Wow.
double digits.
Now that's bold. Wow.
I think new kicker is going to miss just one field goal entirely this year. He'll miss one,
I said
and that'll be
clip
all the
it.
talk.
Let's hear
Jordan
clip
Love
it.
is going to drop at least
Oh, this is live.
5,000 passing yards.
This
year.
is actually
He'll
Eric's
become,
off on
how
vacation, but
many
he
have
called
done it?
in.
Like 10 quarterbacks maybe.
5,000 yard season.
He's going to throw for 5,000 yards.
I think.
What did we need to
Bilstad's
bring
brought a
this
little
back
bold.
for?
None of
So
those.
you guys are unimpressed with
No.
the fact that Xavier McKinney, as it was going every week, it was over what he anticipated. I know he fell a little short, but nobody had Xavier McKinney doing that. Nobody.
But he didn't do that.
I didn't realize that Jesse was going to keep rolling with 15 other bold picks.
we played-
That was the only one I remember.
We played all the
that Eric
Craigs. We
said.
played all
Yeah,
the homers.
that's true.
We had to do the full
Hey, you know what,
allotment
guys? Guys, on me.
Yeah.
I just know because we had a full season, and I kept having to bring it up like, man, Bilstead nailed it. I guess
wasn't
you guys
as good as
probably.
Craig.
Where are you putting him?
He's not on the medal
You got to
stand.
put him at.
I think he's behind
Yeah.
Evan in
Wait,
front of Homer.
Well, wait a minute now. So
I didn't know the
Xavier
other ones. I didn't even know he
McKinney-
did those.
Yeah, well, you were on with him at the time, so that's on you for not remembering. 5,000 passing yards for Jordan Love is even more than I predicted for him, and I was in last place until a bunch of bad predictions came out.
Yeah, but does Xavier McKinney think trumps anything you put out?
He also had the new kicker missing one kick. He missed 5 and then got cut.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
He's not.
I didn't know he had 5.
In front of Homer.
In fairness,
he's behind Tarek.
I only remembered the one take, and that one take would have put him in the first place. It would have put him in first place.
I will give him this. Tarek's was lame with the 12 wins. So I'm going to put him ahead of Tarek. Even behind Jesse Nelson, frankly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you got
Worth
to average in the other two.
Yeah, I didn't know that Jesse was going to run 3 other ones. I thought it was just the Xavier McKinney, and that would have put him in first
That one
place.
still wasn't even that good, though.
I'm wrong, guys. I admit
You
when
are.
I'm not right.
Yep,
Okay, you
yeah.
ran more clips. I didn't know.
It's been quite
and
a
Bill
week.
Stead's
But even the
bold
one,
predictions
it's not
actually
like-
ended up second.
Craig was right about the division thing. What were the other ones that were actually right throughout the course of the he wasn't
the
even
Bears
right.
splitting
Yeah.
with the Bears the way
Hey,
they
I'm
did.
wrong.
Yeah.
I'm wrong. Let's move along. You guys are right. You guys
Yeah.
are correct. I know
Hey,
we have
great
to, we gotta
job
get to
on
it.
Xavier McKinney being a field tilting player. That is a good one.
Yep.
I don't know. We all like Eric. He's really good at what he does. He's a smart guy. We're lucky to have him at 620 WTMJ. But his other predictions count. And the idea
I
that you were
didn't know
going
that
to
he had
cut
other
off
predictions.
the audio
No.
to just give him credit for the one that was good is a little
I was the only one I
duplicitous,
I
frankly.
thought that was the only one he did. And we made this big production because I had him in first place because Xavier McKinney, with 10 picks, with the season he put together, beats everybody else's. But you add the other 2, it's a garbage take, and he doesn't win anything.
I think maybe we should move you behind Craig for making us play that to realize it was just a middle-of-the-pack prediction.
No, I'm set at 2. I ain't touching 2.
All right.
Everybody stop making more than one bold prediction. That's it.
Well, take that up with them.
We're done with that.
Take it up with them. You make the rules. The rule of this show is that we end the week and end the Friday show with Feel Good Friday, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints, which will put us over time, and the show will be over, but we'll do it anyway. It's Wilde and Tausch.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here, and it's a special Valentine's Day edition of Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints. Well, it could be this summer while baseball's in action, could be in a few weeks during the best time for college basketball, or it could simply be when someone you love asks you to do it. When the time comes for you to get started on your next paint project, the best place to start is at Home and Lindsay Paints. Just like me, trust Wisconsin's best painters, the pro painters at Home and Lindsay, to get the job done right. To get connected with the pro that best suits what your project calls for, just stop into any Madison area Home and Lindsay location and ask. The team at Home and Lindsay can take it from there. And remember, Home and Lindsay is the one paint proven to withstand the challenges of Wisconsin's weather year-round. Home and Lindsay, great paint, great people. And stay tuned. You're going to love today's Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's home for craft beer and pub food since 1994. Find the Great Dane nearest you and check out the menu at greatdanepub.com. Soaring sophomores. Wisconsin men's basketball stand at 16th in the AP rankings. John Blackwell and Nolan Winter, 2 key parts to their success. Assistant coach Sharif Chambliss joining ESPN Madison's digital show, The Jump Around. Chambliss on the ascension of the young duo.
For those guys to be able to come back here and really devote their whole time and devote their energy to this program, we're super thankful for them. We got to make sure we do our best to keep them around next year. And I really think that they're invested in the program and they've seen their success, the step levels that they need to go to hopefully achieve their dreams.
Get 0% interest for up to 6 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Our team installs year-round, so why wait? Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates National Girls and Women in Sports Day. All month long, celebrate with ESPN Wisconsin's special program, Lead Her Forward, hosted by Jen Latta and Michelle Smallman, presented by Love Madison Volleyball. Celebrate National Girls and Women in Sports Day on ESPN Madison and Wisconsin On Demand.
Get your Pop-A-Shot on and compete to be the Bud Light Mini Hoops Mania champion. Hey, it's Ben Brust inviting you to Bud Light's Mini Hoops Mania in Madison. A trip to Vegas during the best time of the basketball year is on the line. On February 22nd, head to the College Club from 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. or Red Rock from 10 to 11 p.m. to compete in the first round of Mini Hoops Mania. Go all the way and have a chance to win $10,000 in Vegas. It's Bud Light's Mini Hoops Mania. Must be 21 years or older to play. Also enjoy responsibly at Wando's and Jordan's Big Ten Pub.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Look, we all know that as we age, our bodies change, but Carbon World Health can help. They have a process of testosterone replacement therapy that includes a diagnostic exam and blood tests to assess your hormone levels to make sure that they are optimal for you, not optimal for your age. Carbon World Health can help you increase your energy, focus, and overall health with their approach to hormone therapy. It's all about quality of life for you. Learn more at carbonworldhealth.com.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world.
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. and see Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You gotta get down on Friday. It's time to finish the week off right. It's Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Hallman Lindsay.
Born and raised under the rain and a western wind, felt the way.
From a listener who, again, tried to constructively say that our thank you for your service, he doesn't like it because it lessens how thankful we are for service members. That's not the point at all. We do it to each other when we do some menial task because it pales in comparison to what our service members do when we really truly mean thank you for your service. But this group of people is another group that we sincerely say thank you to your service. Tausch does a lot of driving. I do a lot of driving for our kids' sports. Jesse does some driving when he goes into the office and actually works. Snowplow drivers, Big Linda or Marge or whatever we called her, and everyone else who clears our streets so we can be safe on the highway and safe driving through snow. More snow is coming today. Thank you for your service. You are genuinely our Feel Good Friday, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. All right, that's it for us this week. We will do it again on Monday. Make sure you come back. Have a great weekend. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available